a bit again. If you could just drop it a teeny weeny bit.
I can literally barely hear. I don't know why. I can't go any lower now. I'm on.
All right, we're live. We're live. We're live. We are go.
Hello.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to KUMBTV's. A few technical difficulties there. We're just trying to resolve in the background. You may have heard, but here we are. It's Aston Villa versus West Ham United Football Club this afternoon. The Hammers back in the Premier League, looking for our first point, looking for our first goal of the season. Let's be honest. I'm joined by two big names in the world of KUMB. Well, actually, two little names: Rio, 3 letters, and DL, 2 letters. But good to see you, gentlemen. Anyway, how you doing, Rio? You good?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Not bad at all.
Oh, good. Nick, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right, actually. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Good to hear. We're going to get straight on because kickoff's about 5 minutes away. I'm going to pass you right over to Rio to bring us the teams while I do all the social media stuff. Rio, over to you, buddy.
No problem at all. And our host today line up as follows. In goal, Martinez. According to BBC, it's a back 4 for them of Matty Cash, Callum Chambers, Konza and Lucas Digne. In midfield, Douglas Luiz, Kamara and Philip Coutinho, John McGinn, and up front we have Ollie Watkins or Wally Watkins, depending on which way you want to say it, and Danny Ings. On the bench for Aston Villa are Buendina, Augustinson, Ashley Young, Nakamba, Olsen, Bailey Archer, Jacob Ramsey, and Inogabanam. I think that's it. Inogabanam.
Okay.
Never heard of him. Don't want to. If he comes on, we're in trouble, a lot of us. And West Ham United today line up as follows.
Hey.
In goal, Lucas Fabianski.
Hey.
What is presumed to be a back 3 of Teo Kera, Kurt Zuma and Aaron Cresswell.
Hey.
Wing backs of Ben Johnson and our new signing Emerson.
Hey.
In midfield, Jared Bowen, Thomas Soucek, Declan Rice and Pablo Fornals. And another change to the lineup and making his first league start, Gianluca Scamacca.
Way.
On the bench for the Happy Hammers are Vladimir Supal, Mikel Antonio, Manuel Lanzini, Flynn Downs, Alphonse Ariola, Maxwell Cornet, Angelo Ogbonna, Saeed Benrahma and Connor Coventry.
There it is. The lineups for you from this afternoon's tie at Aston Villa, which we're just about to. We're just waiting for kickoff. A couple of minutes away. Nick, you've seen the lineup there, beautifully delivered by Rio. What's your verdict on that West Ham team? Obviously, a few changes and a change of system by the looks of it.
Yeah, it looked contrary to what is being said on the forum, where there's a lot being said about doesn't look particularly good. It's the wrong selection. Benrahma's been treated harshly, etc. I'm kind of confused as to what we want then as supporters, because it's a complete change of formation.
Okay.
Quite a fair amount of personnel changes, really. And whatever we've done the previous 3 games ain't worked. No goals, no wins. He's mixed it up, and I'm boggled reading the forum right now because of people are saying, oh, they want to see entertainment, they want to see this. At the moment, we're sitting on 0 points and no goals at the foot of the table, 3 games in. Today, I don't care how well we play or whatever. I want 3 points on the board. And I think there's probably quite a few supporters that right this second, in the little mini predicament that we're in, just want to see points on the board right now. The entertainment can come later once we start bedding these new signings in good and proper. But the most important thing for me today is to not lose the football match. Don't care how we play, don't care how we line up or how we look. If the manager thinks that this is the team that's going to do that, let's start the moaning at half time if it full time when it don't happen.
All right, there it is. Well, the players are in the tunnel as we speak, just coming out. Rio, what's your view? I've heard Nick's view. A win by any means necessary, basically. Do you go along with that? You happy with that lineup today?
Yeah, very much so. All throughout pre-season, we lined up with a back three.
Yeah.
That whole thing got kind of thrown into chaos following the injury to Aguerd. But when we've utilised that system in both the European games, I know the opposition wasn't particularly of high standard, but we looked a lot more comfortable than we have been in the other league games we've played. So it's almost natural that we resort to this kind of formation. Emerson coming in, people have been crying out for a new left back. Let's give the guy a chance. Skamaka starting up top is a huge positive for me. Mikel Antonio, as much as we all love him, and as much as we admire what his attributes, now he's 32, 33 years old. He shouldn't be starting regular league games, particularly with the volume he's played over the last 18 months. So Skamaka's come in, 2 goals in his first 2 starts in the Conference League, and he looks a bit of a handful. You know, if we spend £30-odd million on a striker, he's not there to sit on the bench. Let's get him involved, get him game time, and let's unleash him on the Premiership properly.
Excellent, good stuff. Should we do? So, I mean, the players are just about to kick off at Villa Park. Let's do predictions. Nick, come back to you first of all, please, if I may. Aston Villa v West Ham. What are you thinking this afternoon?
I'm thinking, my usual. I'm not going to push the boat out too much.
Right,
a 1-goal win for us.
Okay. Give me a score. What do you fancy? 1-0, 2-1?
If it's going to be a 1 goal, I can see it having to be 2-1 because I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet.
All right. Good stuff. 2-1 win for Nick. Rio, what are you going for this afternoon?
I was going to go for exactly the same thing, but just to be a little bit different, I'm going to go for a 2-0. First clean sheet, 2 goals, Skamaka and 4 nils.
Skamaka and 4 nils. Excellent. Okay, so the confidence abounds in the studios of KUMB this afternoon. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. I think it's going to be our first point of the season. I don't think we're going to get beaten, but Villa also need a result today, and I think would be quite happy just to take something away from here this afternoon. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope you guys are both right.
I think the bonus that we have is not so much the 11 players on the pitch, but in the dugout, that it's basically the league's most experienced manager against Steven Gerrard. And I think Moyes will out-tactic him anyway. I'll probably regret saying this, but I can't see us losing. I can't see anything but us getting our first win of the season because it is David Moyes versus Steven Gerrard.
Okay. Good stuff. All right. Hopefully experience will tell in. It's a good point, actually. Very experienced manager against one who's getting a little bit of criticism, wasn't he, Rio? With the Tyrone Mings situation, obviously had a bit of a bust up. Mings dropped Mings. Villa fans not too happy about that, but is he involved today? Mings, he's not in the squad at all, is he? I don't know if he's injured. I apologies for my lack of knowledge on that. Rio, any ideas, thoughts on that?
He's definitely not in the squad whatsoever. Yeah. I mean, you know what Tyrone Mings gives you? I mean, he gives you a lot of aggression, a lot of solidity at the back.
Yeah.
But he is prone to an error. And in Aston Villa's side, that he's prone to leaking a few goals. If he's not playing, there's something clearly amiss. And Gerrard obviously doesn't rate him at the moment. He has got one of them faces you want to slap. So if I feel that way, Stephen's seen it week in, week out, day in, day out, must feel the same. And I think he must have given him one.
A slap, that is. We're just about to kick off, and just having a quick look at your predictions coming through on the live. We have just kicked off anyway. It's Villa kicking, West Ham kicking from right to left on the screens as we see them. If you haven't got a stream, stick with us. We'll bring you all the action. A couple of hellos and predictions coming in. Hello to Dan, to RJ, to Steve, Polaroid, Craven, Tony. All the usual crew. Steve Barmer going for a 2-1 West Ham win. David O'Rourke, 3-1 West Ham win for the Hammers. Craven, Moorhead predicting that we'll score early, but draw or even go down to a 2-1 defeat. Craven, how dare you? And Craven also saying we still owe Gerrard for 2006. I get the feeling, Nick, that one might crop up once or twice between now and the end of the game. What are your? We might as well get it out of the way now. Let's get the elephant out of the room. What are your overriding memories of that day in Cardiff in was it May 2006 when there we were 3-2 up, seconds to go, and Liverpool did they cheat? Did they cheat and steal the ball off us unfairly?
Yeah. I was in a bit of a bad way that day. I was on it the night before and had the most horrendous hangover and hair of the dog. That was when I wasn't in a nice place, let's say. And yeah, that day didn't help it.
No, Rio, you were there, weren't you, at Cardiff that day?
Yeah. I was sat at the back with my mate Atters and a couple of KUMB members, Chalks, Northern Bird, you know. And as soon as what was his name, the forward, can never remember his name now. But as soon as he pulled the first goal back, Chalks turned around and said to me, "We've lost the cup." And I went in a complete kind of downward spiral from there, which briefly got lifted by Paul Konchesky's fluke. Yeah, but we all know how it happened. And I was devastated for probably 16 years afterwards, and I continue to be.
I was in the very back row, right at the back row, and I went with my mum. It was she wasn't in the best of health at the time, and we had to walk all the way up to the very back row of the stadium at the there. And I've got this distinct memory of singing a Bible with me while we were trying to catch our breath, walking up what seemed like 1,000 flights of stairs. But yeah, it was one of those days you sort of got the feeling that once they got back into, I'm trying to remember his name. It's completely not Cisse, was it? Who was the striker?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Cisse. Jibril Cisse.
Yeah, of course, Jibril Cisse. Yeah, great day. And yes, Gerard, we owe you for that one, and probably owe you a few for that one. Anyway, we're 3 minutes into the game at Villa Park. Craven bringing us the update on Tyrone Mings, saying that according to Gerard, I'm assuming this is correct, and you're not pulling our puds here, Craven, saying that Mings has a headache and high temperature, according to Gerard. Seems a rather dodgy excuse to me, if correct. But anyway, he's not involved. Villa starting without their key defender from recent years and former captain, of course. West Ham. Now, let's first of all, let's see if we can get a grip on how West Ham are lining up here. It certainly looks to be a back three. Rio, to me, Emerson and Johnson sort of pushing up as much as possible with Zuma, Cresswell, and Kera as our three-man central defence here today.
Yeah, very much so. Emerson in the early has had a few nice touches in the early exchanges, got forward quite well. As I say that, my stream goes down.
First one of the day.
It was doing really well as well.
we got through nearly 4 minutes. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We had a bit of this on Thursday night, didn't we, Nick? With the European game.
I'm on 5:50. I'm just hitting 6 minutes on my stream.
Oh, you really? Oh, you're miles ahead of me then. I'm on 4 minutes. So
okay.
Right, what happens.
In which case, I'd better shut the window that I've got the F1 on, and let's give a little F1 update. Actually, Alonso's taken out Hamilton. He's now running last. He may even be retired. Russell's running in first. Sainz is third. Sainz second. Perez second. Sainz first. So there we go. Belgian Grand Prix update there. Now there is a safety car due to Hamilton stranded damaged Merc on the side of the track. Anyway, back to the football.
Yeah.
Not a lot happening, really. The problem that I've been having is that completely forgetting that this is away against Villa is that I've been watching the wrong team. And we're actually in the black kit and not the claret and blue.
Well, the fact that they're in claret and blue would have been a giveaway. I mean, not wishing to visit that old chestnut again, but West Ham, of course, playing in an all claret body this year. But yes, for those of you,
of course we are. See, look, I ain't on the ball really.
7 minutes gone anyway. Villa nil, West Ham United nil. Pretty slow start. Neither side really getting on top so far. Polaroid says no Formula One updates, you rotten spoiler. That one's for you, Nick. There you go. Craven saying I saw it on the BBC website regarding Mings, so I would assume that is correct. Apologies for ever doubting the veracity of your post there, Craven. Dan B saying I watched Kelly's Heroes straight after the 2006 Cup final. Good day out. 1:30 in is it Adelaide, Steve? I think you're in over there in in convict country. Hope you're doing well over there, mate. Hope we managed to keep the noise down when we start celebrating our goals. Just coming up to 8 minutes gone. Villa 0, West Ham United 0. Villa in possession at the moment, just not really making any inroads. But yeah, it's what do you think of this change, Rio? I mean, do you think this is the sort of formation that will suit us? I mean, as Nick said earlier, we've struggled a bit, haven't we, in the opening games? Obviously, a bit of personnel issues. Moyes has pointed to a lack of fitness, but we've got a strong side out there today, and this change should really suit us, shouldn't it?
Yeah, most definitely. I think Kehrer looks better in the back three. What I've seen of him, the only one I'm worried about is Ben Johnson because going forward, he doesn't offer enough for me.
Yeah.
I know I've banged on about this before. He isn't my favourite player. I desperately want him to succeed, but I have my doubts about his progressive play.
Okay.
So how he fits into this system, why he's starting over Soufal is a little bit of a mystery to me. I know that hasn't had the greatest starts of the season, but he's been let down by Jarrod Bowen in front of him for me. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a strange decision to see Johnson over Soufal, but I think the system will suit us a lot better in the long run.
Okay. Yeah, Nick, are you a bit surprised to see Soufal on the bench this afternoon?
No, I'm not. I don't think he's been one of our greatest performers so far this season.
Okay.
But because I'm such a big fan of Ben Johnson, I think the more games he plays, the better he's going to get. I think he needs a run in the team. And obviously, if it doesn't work, we have now got options. We are now attacking on the left. Bit of a poor crossing there from Emerson, but you could see what he was trying to do. Straight into the arms of the keeper was a bit weak, but promising signs so far with 10 minutes played.
Still 0-0. Goalless at Villa Park. Decent break there by Harris. Jarrod Bowen actually initiating that, winning the ball and pulling it across to the left-hand side. I just going back to what you were saying there, Rio, about the defence. I mean, it's a really nice balance, isn't it? If you look at it, you've got a three-man defence. You've got essentially a left back on the left-hand side of it. Kehrer, who we know has played an awful lot of football, right back on the right, and Kurt Zuma kind of marshalling the two. So in terms of balance, that's about as perfect as you could get. I guess the only real issue we've got there is perhaps a problem with height. Zuma really the only one. Kehrer 6'1", Cresswell I think 6 foot. So maybe a little issue for set pieces, perhaps.
Yeah, that's probably the only weakness I can spot at the moment. But we've got returning players coming in soon. Aaron Cresswell won't start a left-sided centre-back for probably, again, this season, I would have thought, unless it's desperation measures. Bonner's on the verge of returning. He's on the bench today. Aguirre, when he's back, he'll fit into that role. And we've got a lot better distribution from the back as well, because Kehrer looks really composed passing, and Aguirre, what I've seen him, looks a really, really good passer of the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Scamacca on the ball. The difference in the quality of his one touching and his flicks over Antonio, and this isn't a criticism of Antonio. It's because it's not his fault that he's not as good as Scamacca, but the difference in quality between the pair of them and their touching is night and day. It really is. He picked the ball up in the centre of midfield. And he immediately saw where his teammates were, and it was bang. He didn't hold on to it, and he just passed it. And you can see the way he carries himself. You can tell his quality, and I think he may well prove to be at 35 million actually a bit of a bargain. I do think he may well be.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. The ball was Scamacca, that instant you're talking about, picking the ball up on the halfway line, laying it back to Fornals. Fornals trying to find Jarrod Bowen on the right-hand side, just a little bit too short, just not quite enough on the pass, and otherwise West Ham would have been in round the back and in with a great opportunity to get away. But it definitely seems, Rio, like we're kind of content to sit back and soak up the pressure once again. No real change in that respect.
Hang on. Here we go. Oh, we've just conceded a corner there. We was opened up down our right. Zuma there with the block to tip it around for a corner. It looked like there was maybe a hint of offside. in that, but no, that was all too easy. In fact, no, it wasn't even Zuma. Zuma got roasted a bit. Didn't even come off him. He got roasted a bit there by Ollie Watkins, I think.
Yeah, it's Bowen, I think, who conceded possession, and the ball played down the left channel and came in. And Watkins, a player, of course, that Rio we've taken quite a close look at. Rio, you're looking exasperated there, buddy.
Yeah, from that
That's
result,
1-0 to Villa.
Yeah,
1-0
resulting
to Villa.
corner, and we've conceded. Konza with the goal. All very messy.
Oh, hang on. The flag's up, so this is going to VAR, I think.
Okay. Well, Villa have the ball in the back of the net from the corner, the resulting corner that we were just talking about. Watkins cut inside, unleashed that shot. That was,
the ball went out of play.
Behind Nick.
The ball's gone out of play there. As he's curled it in, it's gone over the line quite clearly, so that shouldn't stand.
Okay, well, just waiting for confirmation.
Been disallowed, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a wake-up call. That's one hell of a let-off because our defence was absolutely nowhere.
I mean, we let's be honest, we highlighted the issue just a minute or two ago, didn't we, Nick? We were talking about a lack of height at the back, whether or not it would affect us at set pieces. I'm just seeing that one again. I mean, the ball is. It's quite clearly out, but I mean, it's a Scamacca near post not picking up his man Coutinho, and Coutinho nodding the ball against the post, and it coming back to Konza further in the 6-yard box, and again, no one challenging. Worrying stuff for West Ham. I'm very fortunate there, Nick, to get away with that one.
Oh, very, very fortunate. We need to wake up. Hopefully Moyes will do a little bit of tweaking there at the back, because we were all 6s and 7s there.
We certainly were. Rio.
Oh, give over. Rice has given away a free kick, and if that's if that's a free kick in the modern game, let me see the slow motion. No, the geezer's gone down. He's no way should that have been a free kick there. Player's fallen over.
Where is the free kick, Goki? Given your head of me, you have to tell us where it is.
The free kick's in the centre of the pitch, over to towards our left. But Aston Villa have now played it back, and they're knocking it about now in their own half.
Yeah. Yeah, West Ham a bit of a troubled spell here at the moment. I mean it's a clear dive. I mean, let's be honest, Rio. It's Louise has conned the referee there, I think.
Yeah, well and truly. Sadly, the referee's bought it like an absolute lemon. Yeah, going back to the defensive frailties. We've been such a well-drilled side over the last couple of years from set pieces, and both going forward and defending, we've been pretty sharp. But I think this is the bit of a victim of the way we've had to kind of utilise and evolve our squad. So everyone's not up to speed yet. I'm sure it will get ironed out in the training ground. It's just that we need it ironed out as soon as possible, rather than conceding silly goals like we could have done about 5 minutes ago.
Very much so. 16 and a half minutes gone. West Ham 0-0. Hopefully, Nick,
just had another little let off there. Coutinho into Watkins, straight through to Fabianski. But again, they seem to be cutting us open quite easily there.
It's quite interesting how Zuma's being pulled out of position quite easily. Bear in mind we've got Johnson and Kera there, sticking quite tightly to Watson. But even there with that cross that came in that Fabianski saved, he's gone out to pick up Coutinho. Quite sure he should be doing that job. He seems to be trying to cover everything at the moment, Rio. But we need to make a few adjustments here, don't we? I think that much is clear anyway. Yeah,
and I think Kurt Zuma's been possibly our worst defender of this season so far. Paid such a lot of money for him last year after the feline incident. He was absolutely exemplary on the pitch, produced some excellent performances, marshalled us really well, and he's lacking this season. And in each of the games that I've actually seen, he's took an early knock and struggled. So I just worry about his fitness as well. He doesn't look right in any kind of way, shape, or form at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, I think we saw that especially saw that at Forest, didn't we, where he took that knock after about 45 seconds and was struggling throughout the game. But you kind of get the feeling, I think, Nick, don't you, that if Agard and you know, Dawson and Ogbonna were fit, Kurt might be getting a bit of a rest right now.
Yeah, he's a victim of circumstance. I think he doesn't look right, but then neither does. I mean, there he is again. Oh no, it's not. That's Kera. My mistake. Just about to say there he is again, right over on the far touchline, but no, that was Kera. I've not got the best quality stream.
Yeah, there's a couple of loose passes that put Kera in a lot of trouble, and we just conceded a throw-in from it.
Yeah, that was from Rice. He's just hit it hard at him, and again, it's another one of our players who you'd expect to be standing up to the plate, but arguably by his own high standards, he's actually been one of our worst players this season. And
I completely agree.
It's frustrating. But in fact, no, not being funny, not even by his high standards. He's just been one of our worst players, full stop, this season, by anyone's standards. Oh, free kick whipped in, Skamaka's doing his defensive duties well there, and he's nodded it over the bar.
Right, don't be saying when Johnson goes forward, if the player goes into that space, meaning our central defenders get pulled out wide. Just a little observation there from Dan, and suggesting that Ings died for the free kick. But you like to think, Rio, don't you, sort of going away that you talk about weathering the early storm and keeping the home fans quiet, but I'm not sure they'll be particularly quietened by anything they've seen so far. If anything, it'll be the opposite. They'll be quite buoyed by everything they've witnessed out there. Yeah,
I mean, we started off quite positive ourselves, but we've regressed as the game's gone on, and we're getting cut open again on the right-hand side. This time Zuma clears. But yeah, far too easy with getting cut open. And Skamaka up front is looking incredibly isolated. Any ball going up to him is a long ball option. And if he gets a sniff of it, he's got no one in support of him. Bowen looks all at sea. Yeah, midfield looks non-existent at the moment. Declan's way off form. I don't think Souček has featured once so far.
No, the central midfield pairing, or Souček and Rice, both being anonymous pretty much. Once again this afternoon, not involved at all, and not good signs for West Ham as we approach the midway point of the first half.
No, it's quite worrying.
Villa have had the ball in the back of the net, but fortunately for West Ham, disallowed. Nick,
yeah, it's actually quite worrying. It's not working. Whatever's the intention is out there today on the pitch, formations, tactics, whatever. It's not working, and it looks like Johnson's just gone down with a muscle injury. He's looking extremely uncomfortable. Looks like Kufal's about to come on.
Rio, did you see what happened there?
He just jumped for the ball. He's just jumped, and he looks like he's tweaked something.
Yeah.
Just trying to replay of it now. It looks pretty innocuous, and he's just gone down not an absolute sack.
Okay. Well, there you go. We're trying to see where his clutch is at the back of his knees, clutching. I don't know, or he was holding, or his thigh. Could it be a simple strain? Anyway, whatever it is, Soufal is coming on. The man that many of us felt would have started usually, but I guess he's got something to prove now. Rio, out there today.
Yeah, Johnson's walking. He's walking okay, but he's obviously in a little bit of discomfort. But at least he's walking off the pitch rather than being carried off. But yeah, no, Soufal must have a little bit of a point to prove. Very interesting interview with him in the week as well, which I don't know if anyone caught, but spoke really, really well, Vladimir Soufal. And I think it'd be rather disappointing not to be starting today. But I think he suits this system far better than Johnson will do. So this could be a positive for us.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think you might be right. I'm just interested. I just saw a quick replay of the disallowed goal there. What I did notice that I hadn't seen before is that as soon as the kick's taken, Douglas Luiz was kind of poised at the near post, moved towards Scamacca away from goal, and actually pushed him out the way. So Coutinho was completely unmarked at the near post. Clearly something they've worked on at the training ground near Villa, but fortunately for West Ham, it came to nothing. But yeah, as the boys have been saying, the first change of the match made, it's Ben Johnson replaced by Vladimir Soufal, and while that was happening, David Moyes having a quick chat with Thomas Souček, trying to remind him, I guess, of some of his responsibilities. But yeah, there you go. First change of many, presumably this afternoon, Nick.
Yeah, enforced. But sometimes them's the breaks in it. You occasionally have to. You get made into a forced substitution, and it improves. And it improves us. So that's the slight hope that I'm clinging on to at the moment. My 1-goal victory is not looking, predictions not looking quite likely at the moment.
Long time to go yet, mate. Long time to go yet. What we did also see there, that as soon as he sat down on the bench, Johnson was given an ice pack to put against his leg. So you would assume that was some sort of strain based on that. But anyway, it's still 0-0. West Ham really not getting into the game just yet, but hopefully as time goes on, we can progress and pick up a bit. Of course, this is a new system, new players in. Scamacca making his first Premier League start. Emerson in for his debut for West Ham on left wing back. Hasn't really had the opportunity to get forward too much yet, but hopefully we'll see a bit more of him as the game progresses. Rio, over to you.
Yeah, no, I think the major problem at the moment is we've been completely overrun in midfield, and Villa have got a free rein. They're attacking at will, just picking out passes in between the centre-backs. Declan Rice has been, when he has had the ball, has been incredibly wasteful. Souček non-existent. So Villa have got the free rein here, and they've. I'm surprised they haven't capitalised yet, because we look actually appalling at the moment. As you say, new system. We're paying the price of, so we say, the regime's lack approach to transfers and squad development in the past. Yeah. Because we've reached the stage, we have an ageing squad, and we quite clearly needed reinforcements and upgrades. And but integrating 8 or 9 players all at the same time isn't easy. And on the back of 2 successful seasons, right, where we had a really well drilled outfit, it looks like an absolute shambles at the moment. That's all I can say. It's an absolute shambles out there.
Yeah, not looking good, is it, so far? We were hoping for a bit more today after those 3 consecutive defeats, but not looking like we're going to get anything too much out of the game as it's going at the moment. Villa very much on top, as I'm sure the stats will bear out. We'll bring you those in just a minute. But very quickly, well, I mean, I'm sure we can do this in more detail later on in the game. But Nick, what's your view on the transfer policy so far? Of course, we were almost rinsing Nottingham Forest for bringing in the amount of players they have this season. And while we're nowhere near what they've brought in, we have now, or we're on the verge of bringing in player number 8 already this season. It's effectively a new team.
Yeah, I mean, it's baffling considering the amount of times in previous windows and seasons David Moyes has spoken about evolution rather than revolution, and it's been revolution. There is no 2 ways about it. There has been no evolution. It's a bit. I find it's a bit too early to judge. He's come out and said previously that the players that he wanted are either haven't wanted to come because we're not where we're shopping where we want to be rather than shopping from where we are, or the players just simply haven't been available in January or even last summer. Yeah. You got to take him. I take David Moyes at his word. I've got no reason to doubt him. And it's just transpired, isn't it, that this season everything has been all changed. Now it's going to take time from a bed in. It's going to take time to develop a system where they all work. And he's got some tough decisions to make. I just hope that the season doesn't run away with us by the time it all gels, because we could find ourselves in trouble. And we've spent it's going to be not much shy of 200 million. I would have thought by the time this window shuts, which for West Ham, is. It's actually mental. Where's the money coming from? Which maybe we can talk about later. But us not getting off the foot of the table until, say, the World Cup, which, you know, is a possibility with the run of games we've got coming up. It's the unthinkable, isn't it? The amount of money that we've spent, where would that leave us?
Bottom of the table, presumably, and looking like another relegation. But it'd be interesting to see how much we've actually committed to. I mean, I think that figure is probably what we would be liable to fork out if, well, the club would be liable to fork out if every single add-on clause and bonus was met and triggered. It's probably nowhere near that. At least David Moyes alluded to that, didn't he? The other day, said that the figure was nowhere near the numbers that had been put out on social media and Sky, I think.
But he didn't say in what direction, though, did he?
Well, no, that's true. No, he certainly didn't.
He didn't say what direction.
It's worrying. I mean, you certainly can't really afford to lose. Well, we can't afford to lose this. Let's be honest. We need to pick up a point or something from this today, and it's not looking good at this stage. But anyway, it's early doors. It's 0-0. Though the stats, I'm just going to come quickly to the stats I was referring to a minute or two ago. Possession. You've actually just seen it flash up on the screen for those of you who are watching on TV. But it's 65% possession to Villa, 35 to West Ham so far. 2 shots for Villa, 1 on target. They've also had 2 corners. West Ham, shots 0, shots on target 0, corners 0. Villa have conceded 0 free kicks. West Ham have conceded 7. So in terms of statistical analysis, very brief and basic statistical analysis, of course, that is. Certainly not looking favourable for West Ham at the moment, Ria. But, of course, we remain eternally hopeful that the good times are coming and not just too far away.
Yeah, Jared Bowen's just been in action for the first time, probably the whole game. Brought down in the centre of the park, but it's good to see he's actually out there. Going back to what we were just discussing, the other factor to take into consideration is this is the modern era of Premiership football. How many managers actually survive losing 3, 4, 5, 6 games on the bounce and survive with their job intact? So, you know, if things go awry today and we don't get a result, the next 2 games are Chelsea and Tottenham, very tough. I know we normally raise our game against our kind of in London derbies, but it's still no guarantee we're going to pick up any points there. Will the owners pull the trigger? Will we have not only a squad who's virtually brand new, not integrated properly, but we might have a manager coming in with different ideas and different needs and different wants. Much as I want David Moyes to stay in place, I say it's the modern game. Not many managers survived the poor form that we've encountered since, was it March? Since we got knocked out of Europe?
Well, we did a piece, didn't we, on the homepage on KUMB the other day, and West Ham we've won 3 league games since February, so it's not particularly good. But I mean, you know, what do you think, Rio? Do you think they'll pull the trigger if we were losing
corner at the moment, gents?
Okay.
Over on our right, it's an in-swinger in, and it's straight at the keeper who's fucked it out. Bit of a waste, really.
Good to see, though. A bit more positive, which is what we were calling for. Rio, do you think they'll pull the trigger? Do you think they'd sack Moyes after, giving him carte blanche to spend all this money?
I'd find it incredibly strange. And like I said, I don't really want him to have the trigger pulled on him.
Yeah.
But if things aren't working and the points ain't getting picked up, I think they could. I think by October, November, if we're in the mire, I think they will pull the trigger because they need to be in the Premier League. You know, the amount of money invested, we don't know what clauses the players have got who have come in. Will they have relegation clauses in? I mean, a sensible club would insist on that. Are we a sensible club? Despite the strides we made in some areas, I still very much doubt that we've got a kind of financial backup plan in case a relegation does happen. And all these players who have joined and potentially going to join, will they be wanting to play Championship football? Because I very much doubt that now.
Interesting. Nick, what's your thought on that? Moyes, do you think they'd dare pull the trigger?
Might get to a stage where they're left with no choice. Might get to, it could potentially, I'm not saying it will, I don't think it will. But if we don't win today, and as Rio said, I really kind regardless of the fact they're London derbies, the way we're playing at the moment, I think that we're going to get thumped by Tottenham and Chelsea, which would be humiliating, to be fair, considering their teams that, I mean, we weren't a million miles behind Chelsea season before last. and obviously we were ahead of Tottenham as well. And we've spent arguably more money than them.
Okay.
I don't think the board would be left with any choice. It's their investment at the end of the day. The money's been put in by whomever. It's got to have come from somewhere. And it's certainly not come from our European challenge last season. It has been mentioned on the forum by some of our previous moderators and well-known members. Where is the money coming from? We shouldn't have this sort of money. So that's where the questions are going to be asked. They may be left with no choice. I don't want to see him go, but if we do not win this game and we do not win against Tottenham and Chelsea, and we're left on six games without any points, they're going to have to make a decision as to whether they stick by him and hope he turns it around or not. But as Rio says, in this modern day and age, you generally don't survive that sort of form for too much longer. And no, I'm not advocating we get rid of him. I'm just coming out with what I think is an honest and blunt assessment.
Right. Okay. There you go. Honest and blunt. From Nick, as always. We've just seen Coutinho have a shot a moment or two ago for Villa that was pretty easy, straight down the throat of Lucas Fabianski, who just didn't really have to move, just to drop down on the ball and clutch it. But West Ham, last 5 minutes, I've been coming back into the game a little bit. They've been looking a bit more, like the way we'd like to see West Ham play, I think. So looking a bit better. For what it's worth, I'm calling 6 points against Tottenham and Chelsea. I think we'll beat them both. I think that's this is West Ham. Although we may be spending money, I don't think we're going to change that much. I can certainly see us getting something against both of those teams. You heard it here first. Probably didn't actually. I'm probably the last person to suggest that, but I don't think we'll lose to Egan. I think Moyes will be safe, and I hope he is, because he's done a wonderful job over the last 2 seasons for West Ham. So fingers crossed, all will stay well. Of course, we could do it if a win today, Rio, and we're not looking like it right now, but we're sort of slightly clawing our way back into the game a little bit.
Yeah, we've actually strung a few passes together, which is a vast improvement since the 5th minute, basically. Jared Bowen's just been brought down in the box. Obviously not a penalty, but no, we're making forays into their area, which we haven't done for far too long. So hopefully this is the signs of a regeneration.
Yeah, fingers crossed. It's still 0-0 anyway. We're just coming up to half hour, I think. I'm just trying to get my stream up and running again. Yeah, sorry, we're way over half hour. It's 36 minutes gone, 36 and a bit minutes gone. Still 0-0 anyway. We're only 10 minutes or so away from half time. Yeah, I'm polarised. You're right. Let's be a bit more positive. We don't want to sit here and bemoan the fact that we haven't got any points. Let's look forward to what we're going to get in the next couple of weeks. Of course, we're going to beat Tottenham next week, or Wednesday night, isn't it? And Chelsea next week, and then all the fun starts with the Conference League. What did you make of that draw on Thursday? Oh, sorry, Friday, wasn't it, Rio? Not Thursday. You kind of happy with that, or did you we drew 1 or 2 difficult sides out there, didn't we?
Yeah, I mean, I think Anderlecht and Stour will provide stern opposition. Yeah, but we're a Premier League outfit. Premier League is the best league in the world. We've got a lot more money than both of them clubs. Anderlecht in a bit of transition. They lost Vincent Kompany. They lost the mighty Josh Cullen in the summer as well. Yeah. Stour shadowed their former selves, but we should comfortably sail through that group. But you just don't know, do you? You don't know what this competition will throw up, what shape we're in, what mentality we're in, how our league form will affect us. Now, on paper, we should comfortably qualify for that group. Hopefully top, so we don't have to play the extra rounds. But this is West Ham United. You never know what's going to be around the corner.
Also, I think we should point it out. We're talking about being positive and stuff. Nick, I think it was nice to see the club price these home games, at least realistically. There were some really good deals available for people who might otherwise not get the opportunity to visit the London Olympic Stadium.
Yeah, they got that right. Happy to see that they're doing that. I think they shot themselves in the foot with the qualifier, though. So maybe that's why. Or maybe they're just making it cheap so that we spend more money on the beer.
Could be. Contentious issue, that one, of course, at the moment. Interesting to notice. No, I'm not going to go there. Actually, I'm not going to go there. But yeah, it's good to see a few people not spending what they normally would. I think inside the stadium, because the message needs to be got out there that it was just wrong, morally wrong what they were doing, whacking the prices up for supporters. I mean, to charge, what was it, £4 or £5 for a carton of Coke? Disgraceful. I mean, it's one thing, adults, they can make the choice, but if you've got kids, as you know, they need a drink. They need a drink. You can't tell them to wait till after the game. And
we're wasteful. Sorry, I'm watching this game here, and we just don't seem to have a clue what to do with the ball. Now, Emerson's running down the left. He's passed it to Rice, who is dithered on the ball, passed it to Suchek. It's just gone backwards. And then a ball over by Kera that just goes straight to one of their players. Nothing comes of it. It's just frustrating, extremely frustrating. It just seems like our players are scared of the ball.
Yeah, it's not really working at the moment, is it? We're still looking to get a foothold in the game, really, and Moyes has got plenty of work to do, Rio, there at half time. The way things are going now, we've just seen a Scamacca win a free kick anyway, sort of on the halfway line.
Yeah, he was just dragged down there. I would have been fuming if that hadn't been given, to be honest. And he's still giving it, and he's still giving it a go. I like him. Already, I've taken a shine to him.
Yeah, be a popular figure. Someone else who might be a popular figure, Rio, is we spoke about it briefly earlier in the stream. Our incoming 8th signing of the season, Lucas Paqueta. What's your view on that one?
Yeah, he'd be an absolute statement signing for us. A player we desperately need in terms of his skill on the ball, progressive ability, been able to kind of link up our midfield and attack. I think I said on Friday during the Europa draw that one of the articles I read about him said he's both a magician and a warrior. Mm-hmm. So he sounds like exactly the kind of character that we want, exactly the player we want. And it sends out a big message. We just hope that he can transition to the squad really quickly, unite what is at the moment a bit of a shambles, because Scamacca's been isolated left, right and centre. Jared Bowen's not been involved again. I think the 3rd league game running, 4th league game running. Looks a shadow of his former self. We just look like we don't know how to integrate the new players. So hopefully some of them, but Paqueta's ilk coming in, who has got that ability to link play between midfield and attack, will do us the world of good.
What are we missing here, Nick? Is it just a question, as Rio says, the players aren't bedded in yet, not quite on the same page tactically, or is there something more concerning at play here?
I think the biggest thing that we are missing is leadership.
Okay.
I think, we've got the quality, but we just seem to be all over the place. I don't know what's happened to Rice this season. I've got no idea. Even Fornals, he's just taken a shot there from outside the box, and he's actually taken it further away from goal than he was.
On a positive side, it's a nice little layback from Scamacca there, to bring it down and put it in his path. But Fornals, I've got to say, he seems to have given pretty much every ball away that he's had so far today. He's just really not at the races. I mean, for me, Rio, he kind of sums up everywhere we're going wrong. I mean, as you know, I particularly, I think we all are big fans of Pablo Fornals, but just not at the races at all today. Is this a concern about keeping his place? I mean, what's going on with our super Spaniard?
I think what it is, I think out of our midfielders, he's been the brightest one because he's the only one involved.
Right,
but
yeah,
his
well,
quality on the ball and his delivery today has been way off.
Yeah.
But, rest of the attack, bar Scamacca, who's feeding off the scraps, Pablo's way off with his passing today. The rest of them are non-existent. So those two are playing a really lone furrow up front. There seems to be no movement. And as Nick says, there's no leadership out there. There's no one getting hold of that team and telling him what to do, what he wants, You know, given direction and orders, everyone looks completely lost. And what you got there is England's captain in waiting, Declan Rice, Thomas Souček, captain of the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
There should be leaders out there. There should be people who can grab the game by the scruff of the neck, grab the team by the scruff of the neck, deliver the manager's orders, and get us in some kind of shape on the pitch. But there is no one out there doing that.
No, and that's been a complaint, isn't it, really, throughout the squad from the start of the season. Elsewhere, Wolves have just taken the lead against Newcastle at Molineux. But yeah, I think that's a really good point. And Nick alluded to that earlier as well. Of course, that's something that seems to be a recurring issue, is the fact that we seem to be devoid of leadership. Rice, he's only a young lad, so he's only 23. He's got to learn to be a captain. It's going to take a while, but no Dawson in the side, no Yarmolenko, no Noble, all those experienced faces that we had in and around the team last year, all missing. And it's that's not a problem, of course, when you're winning every game and everything's going hunky dory. But when you're sort of up against it, you need some of those cool, experienced heads to kind of get to grip with things and help you out. And maybe that's one of the problems we've got. And of course, maybe Nick, that's one of the reasons why Moyes is still considering bringing in Van Aken from Club Brugge, a player with much experience, plenty of international caps under his belt, and of course has been captaining his side most recently.
Yeah, because something needs to give. I don't know enough to. I've made it obviously clear many times before on this channel that my knowledge of players and football outside of West Ham, Europe especially, is basically slim to none, and that's where I rely on the likes of my colleague Rio here to fill me in. So I can't really judge to say that's what we need, because I don't know him as a player. But from what I've read and heard and stuff, he sounds like exactly what we need. Somebody to, same old cliche that we've said every eyes up this summer so far, is someone to put their foot on the ball and dictate play. Because that's what we're missing. That's what maybe the player that Rice wants to be. I don't know. I still think there's something amiss. Whether there's been a bid for Rice and he knows he's going this season, or whether there's a bid for Rice and he knows he's going next season.
Yeah.
Either way, either one of those, why is the bloke our captain? Because I think it is the general consensus, isn't it, that he's leaving next season at the very latest. Why are we not preparing for the future and getting our future captain in already? Preparing for the future so that... Because he's not put in a captain's performance for a long, long time. And this is where I then start getting slaughtered on the forum for not rating him. Well, I do rate him, but doesn't excuse him from criticism when he's been playing dreadfully this season. And I don't put it down to burnout and stuff. He seems to be making the wrong decisions. He seems to be getting a little bit petulant, and it seems to have stemmed after he lost the plot at half time at Frankfurt that he's fallen in. That's seems to be the point. You can pinpoint where his form started to drop off.
Yeah.
When he lost the plot then. And since then, he has been a shadow of his former very high standards. And it's concerning. And if it is because he's going to be leaving in the near future, as in next season at the latest, and sell him now. Because there's no point having a half-heart. Because he's playing half-heartedly. Let's have it right here. He's, dare I say, maybe becoming a little bit of a liability in the middle of the park, because his passing today has been absolutely woeful.
Interesting comments from Nick. Maybe sell Rice. Pull it. Who knows? Maybe we need something. Maybe we need to kick out the backside. But anyway, I mean, let's be honest. No one's played particularly well. It is half time so far. No one's had a particularly good game out there so far. But the good news is that West Ham go into the interval still on level terms. So that's the main thing. Half-time stats, Villa 60% possession to West Ham's 40. Villa 4 shots at goal, 2 on target. West Ham 1 shot at goal. That was that effort by Pablo Fornals 3 minutes before half-time, which he volleyed well wide from the Skamaka layback. Apart from that, West Ham haven't troubled Villa at all. I haven't really laid a glove on the opposition so far, as Hobo mentions in the comments there. Much to do for David Moyes at half-time. Rio, are we looking at, is this system not suiting us today? Is this the problem? Should we revert to our tried and trusted 4 at the back, maybe?
I don't have to play a suit there. I mean, Kera, much as I like the look of him so far, we just seem a little bit disjointed, don't we? I think Zuma's off form. We've got a left back playing left centre back, which Aaron Cresswell has done on numerous occasions, done really well.
Yep.
Another one who should be leading the side, but we just look far too distant between the centre halves. I think we've been improved since Soufal come on, been a bit more solid. We haven't been cut down open down our right hand side in the second half. Sorry, the second period of that first half. It's the midfield. There's a serious issue in the midfield. If I was Moyes, I'd probably be looking at bringing off Thomas Souček, putting on Flynn Downs, just to give a bit of energy, a bit of work rate. Souček's been non-existent. And, as a partnership at the moment, Rice and Souček together, both of them off form, they need a kick up the backside. And bringing on Flynn Downs will inject probably a little bit of thought into the head that maybe they're not untouchable, because I think both of them feel that they are untouchable on their side.
Yeah, which they probably are, actually, at the moment, with no one else there. Downs, of course, come in. Question marks around his potential and actual ability from David Moyes fairly recently. He said he needs to see a bit more from him before he's going to start. Apart from Downs, we don't really have any other options there in the centre of the park right now, do we? That's I think why we're still sort of got one eye on Van Aken, see if a deal can be done there in the final week of the transfer window. David O'Rourke, Nick says I'd put on Big Mike Antonio for Bowen and Said Benrahma for Pablo Fornals at half time. What do you think of that suggestion?
It's something different.
Yeah, we need an injection of pace, an injection of unity in that midfield.
Yeah.
At least we know we've been critical of Said in the past, but barring probably the first game of the season, he has been one of our key players, one of our better performers.
He has, yeah.
As long as we can get the ball, what I like about him as well, if you can get the ball in him, you need to be a little bit ball at his feet at pace. Don't give him time to think about what he wants to do, because if you give him time to think, his brain and his feet kind of get jumbled up and he gets into trouble himself. But yeah, play the ball to his feet at pace, let him turn and run at people. It's all about ball retention at the moment, because we're not doing that. The whole of the centre midfield, it's not conducive to us playing as an attacking unit. Bowen's been isolated once again. It's a bit of a nightmare, really. It's that whole central midfield is the major issue at the moment. And we've got Connor Coventry. I know Moyes doesn't trust him as much, and he isn't the long-term answer. Much again, you want to see a young player develop and go on to be a West Ham legend.
Yeah.
But can he do any worse than the two incumbents at the moment? Same as Flynn Downs. The two in the centre of the park at the moment are stinking the place out, and it's detrimental to the actual team performance. So I don't care what he thinks. Change it up in the midfield, please.
Okay, there you go. Unequivocal response from Rio there. Time for change. We need to do something to get back into this. I mean, the good thing is, I think, Nick, isn't it, that we're pretty disappointed with what we've seen there in that first half, but still restricted Villa to a couple of shots. I mean, of course they did have that effort that was ruled out, but we have restricted them to only 2 shots on target in that first half, which is something we've done quite well pretty much this season. That's not the issue, is it? It's the other end. It's the creative side.
It's the other end. Where they're attacking is pretty toothless. Bear with me, because I'm having to deal with something on for.
No worries.
See you later.
We are joined by a fourth member of the team, who I'm going to bring into the screen. If I don't know where I can fit you in, actually, no, but I'm going to see if I'm going to put you in here between Rio and there he is. There's a little head at the bottom of the screen. Let's see if we can make that a bit bigger. There we go. There we go. Noam is joining us on the stream. Oh, he's got huge. Where are we? Let's bring you back down to size a bit. There you go.
Sorry, Nick.
How are you doing?
Yeah,
Can you hear
not
me?
bad at all. Not bad at all.
Sounds like you're having a stroke, mate, at the moment. I've got to say.
Watch this one. Not listening on the. So it's a bit difficult to watch, but
Right.
we're not going forward enough, are we?
No, we don't seem to be going anywhere enough, quite frankly, at the moment.
Yeah. I got back. We've been out and about this afternoon, so I got back just in time to see Johnson hobble off. Looked like a hamstring, was it?
Well, that was the general impression. Yeah, it looked like a thigh strain or something, because they immediately brought out an ice pack for him after he got to the bench.
Yeah. So I mean, defensively we looked fairly comfortable, but we're not creating anything.
No.
Which is that's the main thing. Yeah. I won't stay on for the rest of the half or anything like that, because I'm a bit low on battery as well. It's just thought I'd pop in and say hello.
All right. Hello.
Just, and I just thought, it might be a change for the viewers to actually see some hair,
Oh! I thought you were going to say some intelligence there for a minute, and I had my reply all lined up, but
no. We haven't got enough members for that, have we?
How's things over there? Are you having a good time?
Yeah, very relaxing. Much needed holiday after the year we've had. So, I'm just it's a nice place around here. Good. So you can see it behind. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
And it's sitting behind me, and
I've got to say, I don't know if you've spotted this now, but with the new background we're using, that we pretty much didn't see anything there. It's just focusing on heads and bodies. So we didn't see any of the luxurious scenery that I presume you were attempting to display in the background there. But no,
I was trying to show there was Lou. That was it basically. I wasn't trying to show you the scenery at all.
I thought we might be looking at a nice palm-filled beach or something like that with crystal clear waters and stuff.
That's over that way.
Okay.
So, but no, we've got a lovely pool, and down a few steps we've got the there's the beach. It belongs to the apartment place, so like a private beach. Right. And it's lovely here, isn't it? And we have this sort of stuff as well. I'll get that there. And I didn't say that or not.
And there you go. That's this week's edition of Homes in the Sun, brought to you by Gordon Thrower of KUMB.com. Let's back to the football. Where are you watching the game now? Are you in the bar there, or have you got a stream of phone or something?
The bar.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's a difficult watch because we've got a bit of reflection from the screen, so it's difficult to tell where the ball is and who's got it. But
okay. All right. Well, that's probably not a bad thing. Bearing in mind what we've seen for the first 45 minutes, to be fair, it might look like we're playing better than we actually were. But Rio, are we looking at subs straight away, do you think, here? Or do you think Moyes is going to kind of keep his powder dry for the next 10, 15 minutes and see what happens?
You know what Dave's like. The only thing I think he might change, I think he might be tempted to put Antonio on for Scamacca. Yeah. Just to bring a bit of familiarity back into the forward line. Yeah. Anything more drastic than that, I really can't see anything happen to the 60th minute, which is, bog standard. Yeah. The only positive I've really taken out the first half is really Steven Gerrard. He's sat on the side there. It must be a really warm day, and he's got a bloody jumper on. Right. I think it could actually evaporate by the 80th minute, which, the footballing gods are with us. Please evaporate, Gerrard, please.
I was going to say, actually, I thought he looked a bit sort of like sixth form prefect material over there. Yeah. He just needed a little badge, like a school dinner coordinator or something. I don't know, but a rather strange choice of attire, Gnome, on such a warm day in the West Midlands. But anyway, we're just waiting for the second half to get underway. I was going to take a break. I was going to go out for a drink, actually, but I could leave you guys, actually. Rio, Gnome, can I leave you holding the fort for the next 5 minutes or so? Is that okay?
Okay, yeah. I haven't practiced with juggling over the summer, but, Yeah, far away.
I'll go for my dip at half time then. Full time then.
All right, Rio, you're in charge. I'll be back in 5. See you in a bit.
Well, welcome aboard, ladies and gents. It's now the shambles part of the evening. Yeah, I don't know really what to suggest in terms of changes at half time. I'd say Ben Rama, I think, should come on, maybe. But you know what Dave's like. He leaves it to the 60, 65 minutes. Johnny positive is like we're level at half time. You know, things could be a lot worse. What do you reckon, on?
Yeah, I just saw a few minutes ago a disallowed goal as well, but the ball clearly went out before it came back in again. So not much to worry about there, although a little bit concerned how somebody was able to get in at the back post, which seems to be a perennial issue. Substitutes, as I say, it's difficult to tell who's playing well, who's not. We don't seem to be moving the ball quickly enough, in my opinion. I'll probably get clipped around the ear for saying this, but maybe Souček could be hooked. And I've just been looked daggers by that beautiful Louise, because Souček's her favourite player. So
yeah, I think we've even suggested Fornell's going off as well, and he's my favourite player. So it's not mutually digging out Tom, but he's not. It's been non-existent in this first half, and the partnership just isn't working. Last year, where we afforded Declan the chance to row forward a bit more, Thomas taking the back seat a little bit in terms of his progressive play. Now, he didn't have a job defending, and Declan was taking the opportunity to shine. But it's just not working. And we do need to change it up, because we're going to end up running out of steam again. And, you know, Villa will get a foothold in the middle, and we're going to end up suffering. Something has to change, and has to change soon.
I've got the teams coming out here now, as I say, in the sunshine. But it's sort of eclipsed every time a car goes by. I see a car going by behind me. So I can't see at the moment if there's any changes. But there again, I can't see much of anything at all.
That's all right. I've lost my stream completely. I'm currently trying to battle holding the fort with yourself, and also find the stream at the same time. This isn't looking good at all, is it? You know? The most quiet and most mumbling person available from the KUMB staff is hosting. It's like letting the lunatics in charge of the asylum at the moment.
Yeah. Still, I'm just looking on the screen now. I'm trying to get it. Oh, hang on. That's better. And the good news is that my chance seems to be coming along nicely anyway, looking at that.
You're looking very healthy out there, mate. So, yeah, as long as you're enjoying yourself, you're getting tanned. You're getting tanned. West Ham getting tanned. You know,
I'm a little bit cheesed off, though. I got a message that, is that right? Chelsea game's been moved back to Saturday.
Yeah, they announced it yesterday.
Oh, right. Less than a week. Having arranged this so I could land home on Saturday and go to the game on the Sunday, they go and move it while I'm out here.
I've got a similar problem. I'm missing a stay-at-home leg because I'm away. I was hoping the away leg would be like last year. We had the first away game in Europe.
Yeah.
It was the first game one. And, so I'm missing it out.
Ben Rama's on is the news. Anyway, he's stripped and on the pitch. I'm not quite sure who they're taking off there. I looked away at the wrong moment, I think. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a wise move because he's actually happy to run at people. But I'm not sure who's off yet. Ben Rama's just been given the go-ahead to go on.
It's Emerson. Emerson's
gone.
Oh,
hang on, they've sent him to the sideline to do the usual checking of boots. They've held up the board and I can't read the numbers.
Emerson,
is it? Yeah. It's right. At the risk of people thinking Nick's a lot better looking than he really is, I'm going to disappear now, and I'll probably, if I've got enough battery left, I might catch up with you at full time.
All right, mate. Okay, we'll have a good second half. Hope we've got something to cheer in 45 minutes or so. See you soon.
Cheers, guys.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye. Sorry about that, Nick.
Hello again.
There he is. He's back. Good to see you, mate. Second half underway. Yeah, that one change for West Ham at half-time. Ben Rama replacing Emerson at half-time. Rio, does that signal changing formation, tactics?
Yeah, definite change in formation. Creswell slot into the left back role. Play 2 wide players, and it still doesn't solve the issue of the centre, though, does it?
No.
Which is the major concern at the moment, because that's not been working all season. But yeah, at least we've got an option now. An attacking outlet down both flanks. Hopefully we can utilise him.
Well, I mean, it's already paid dividends, but it's always looked a bit brighter already, as we've seen Ben Rama attack on the right-hand side there in conjunction with Surfeld. Didn't come to anything in the end, but probably the brightest first time we've seen West Ham get into the final third on the flanks in the entire half. But we have won a corner anyway. And Nick, I'll let you take us through this one.
It's an in-swinger, and it's straight at the keeper again, like every other corner we've taken today. We just keep repeating the same thing time and time again and it's the same results every single time. That's what I'm finding most frustrating. It's not worked the first time. It's not worked the second or the third or the fourth times. Why keep on persisting? You're not, their keeper ain't too shabby. And when you swinging the corners in right in front of him, he's going to pluck them out of the air all day long. It's just bread and butter. We've got about as much threat as a toddler with a banana at the moment. It's
yes, not good, but I mean, let's stay positive. It's a corner in the opening 2 minutes of the second half. So that's good. Tactically, it looks like we've reverted to a more familiar 4-2-3-1. The three, interestingly, Fornals looks like he's playing on the left hand side opposite Bowen, with Ben Rama coming into that 10 role. So, of course, a lot of people have said that's where they think he could be most effective. So he's got 45 minutes to show. He's just given the ball away, though, and Villa are able to attack. The ball's come through to Ings. It's a slightly poor pass, a bit too heavy. Fortunately, it could have been worse for West Ham. But, yeah, tactically, it certainly looks like that tried and trusted 4-2-3-1. But what do you think about Ben Rama in the centre as opposed to out wide?
No, I'm happy for it to happen. It gives us another option. If we can feed him, all the better. And we tried 4 nails there to some kind of modicum of success. Not worked today. Ben Rama getting out, he can run down either flank. He can switch the play, get him involved, get him running at people.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm having trouble securing the stream here. So,
all right, buddy. No worries. Well, we can. We can keep things ticking over. Ken Townley says we're missing the Noble effect both on the field and in the dressing room. Interesting comment. I mean, you can certainly see why we'd miss him in the dressing room, but of course he wasn't playing an awful lot, was he? I guess last season, certainly towards the end of the season. But definitely a calming influence in the dressing room, something that we'd definitely be missing. Just seen Danny Ings have a looping header over the bar, no real trouble for West Ham. Fabianski just watching the ball go over, but it's Nick, do you agree? Do we look more comfortable on the ball already? A bit more, happy playing in this formation that they're a bit more used to?
The bar's not set particularly high, though, is it? That's the thing. It's, to me, it just still seems much of a muchness, despite the changing formation and the little bit of swapping about of personnel. It's dire, but it's early doors. There's no. I mean, we got a corner. Yay, we wasted. I need someone to get me off my seat and excited that doesn't involve having to go to the toilet.
Well, I mean, it sounded like 1 or 2 forum members were doing that job a few minutes ago. Didn't quite see what happened there, but. Yeah, I hope you managed to resolve whatever issue it was you were having anyway. But 50 minutes on the clock. Villa 0, West Ham United 0. Still waiting for our first goal of the game. Villa did, of course, have the ball in the back of the net early on in the first half, but ruled out after 14 minutes. Just 14 minutes on the clock when Konza put the ball over the line, but it was ruled out because the ball had gone out of play prior to the goal being added. We're just seeing West Ham attack down the right-hand side again. Ben Rama pulling out wide to try and make something happen. Ball played into the box, looking for Bowen, and Jared. that's bowing all over, unfortunately. A little ball put back into the box. No one on the end of it. But yeah, Rio, we're starting to, maybe starting to open up a little bit now and go through the gears.
I sincerely hope so. Yeah, I'm still struggling at the moment. I will give you the nod as soon as I get something up.
Can we have
okay.
Oh, this is promising. This is promising. And we've given away a corner. Oh, no, we haven't. No, we haven't. Not we've given away a corner. Sorry, Villa. But no, it was kept in by them. They've cleared it. So we've now got a throw in over on their right. But one of their players has also gone down injured. I'm not sure if that went out or not. We may have.
I don't think it did. I think it might be a free kick as well to Villa rather than a throw in to us for the challenge by Soufal. But the point about that, Nick, is profit. I mean, that's Fornals on the left-hand side now. So we're beginning to work them on the flanks. It's both sides we've looked dangerous on. That's much greater improvement than what we saw in the first half anyway.
Yeah. We're going the right direction on the pitch.
Yeah.
Which is a difference.
Good. Rio, have we got you back yet?
No, I'm still struggling at the moment.
Still nothing. All right, mate. We'll hopefully get you back on the stream very soon.
Hang on 1 second. What I'm going to do, I don't know if you're able to get up a certain social media site, but if you can. Oh, wrong one. I've just sent you the wrong thing. So I've copied. It's what I copied. I got on my clipboard from when I was having to do a little bit of work on a forum for a second. So I will send it again. Well, not send it again. I will send you something. There we go. Try that.
West Ham are looking to counter. Declan Rice yet again giving the ball away in a dangerous situation. Really, really unlike Declan Rice, that is. But the danger being cleared by West Ham, and I think we might have won a throw in there, but no, the ball stayed in play, and Villa have finally got their foot on the ball for the first time this half, stringing a few passes together. West Ham defending deep right now, just hoping to keep them out, but really poor ball by the Villa's number 4 there, which Fornals picks up, but Fornals yet again giving the ball away. Inexplicable Konza it was who played a really poor pass straight into the path of Fornals, who gave it straight back to him. Really, really not the races, is he, Nick, this afternoon, Pablo?
No, but again, he's not the only one. We've got supposed quality, which we know we have got quality in the middle of the park, and it's not happening for 3 of the players that are there, and it's baffling. What is not working? What we've got here, we've got. Now it looks like we're building up down our left, and it comes to nothing. Comes to absolutely nothing. We've given the ball away again.
I think if you roll the clock back there about 15 seconds, Nick, Declan Rice was in a really good position to spray the ball out left to Fornals, who just got behind Villa, but he just slowed play down a little bit and allowed Villa to regroup and get back in a decent position, which is a bit of a shame because we had a chance there to move the ball quickly, but didn't come to nothing. But 9 minutes gone in this second half anyway. It's still 0-0. West Ham not really troubled Martinez yet in the Villa goal, but beginning to get hold of the ball, or at least a little bit better. I think the shape is definitely treating us a little bit better anyway than that first half, and going to that flat back 4, reverting to a 4-2-3-1 is helping us so far. Rio looking a bit exasperated there, looking to the heavens. Is that a West Ham in general, or the stream situation, buddy?
Streaming at the moment. I'm
okay.
Trying Plan Z.
All right. Okay. Steve Palmer says leadership level 0 at the moment. Rice lacking big time. Yeah, Declan not having a good game again today so far. It's been a bit like that throughout the season. I guess the thing is, Nick, when you've got such an influential big player such as Declan Rice in the team, when he's not performing, it kind of helps drag the rest of the squad, the team down a little bit, doesn't it?
It does. It does indeed, which makes me wonder what's happening behind the scenes. I mean, the excuse is going to be that he's just become a dad. He's been doing this in the he's had a busy summer with England, etc., etc., etc. But it's his even things like basic decision making. We've got a lovely
chance.
break.
Hang on, West Ham are away. West Ham away.
Right
Bowen's through. Can he play the ball across to Pablo Fornals? And he's still in the ball. Jared. Oh, what a chance that was. Sorry, Nick, for butting in there, but
no, that's fine.
West Ham, that's the chance I've been waiting for, able to counter and win the ball deep in our own half. Jared Bowen set free, racing away towards goal. Had Pablo Fornals to his left, could have played him in, didn't, tried to go it alone and was tackled at the last moment. He was just trying to get a shot. Should he have passed there, Nick? Should he have played it across to Pablo?
Ifs and whats and maybes. It could have been either way, couldn't it? Really, I'm not going to. He's scored from that before. I can see why he's run with it as well. Maybe even give a little bit of credit to the defender. But though saying that, he's tried to take it away from the defender. The defender's done well.
Sorry, it wasn't Fornals. It was Fornals who initially played Bowen in. It was Ben Rama who was on the left-hand side free. But for me, he's got to play that ball across and give Ben Rama the chance to pop
maybe. I can see your reasoning on that. But, that is the sort of goal that Bowen has scored many times. Maybe give the defender a little bit of credit as well there.
Yeah. Anyway, it's better from West Ham. Much, much better. Looking a lot more lively in this second half. 2 or 3 chances. I get the feeling we might not be too far away from a goal here, but we'll see what happens. Building on the right hand side again. Skamaka this time pulling out wide.
To win what footwork!
Brilliant. But West Ham win the throw. West Ham's keeping the pressure on. Rio, are you seeing any of this, buddy? Are you in now?
No, I'm still struggling.
Did that not work? What I sent you then?
No, mate. I had to use my iPad. I don't know if it's because of that.
Because I think that's what our colleague here on the other side of the screen is using. I'm not sure.
It's coming every time I try and play it. Not having much luck.
58 minutes gone. Anyway, Aston Villa 0, West Ham United 0. West Ham bereft of any attacking intent, confidence, guile in the first half. Second half looking much better. And just beginning to test Villa a little bit. Villa not really done anything the second half. That one effort from Ings that was sent looping over the bar, 49 minutes, but nothing really from them to say they're going to be a threat. So looking good for West Ham. That the half-time changes going from a 5 at the back or a 3 at the back to a 4. Reverting that 4-2-3-1 formation. Paying dividends for West Ham so far. We just need to
and of course
Jared Bowen with a great chance, Nick.
Credit needs to be given for Moyes. He's changed it up at half-time, something that he usually has levelled against him, that even when it's not working, he doesn't make changes. And, he has done today. He's seen what's going wrong. He's reverted back to the tried and tested, so to speak.
Yeah.
And we do look much better for it now. This last 5 minutes, Villa have barely got on the ball. We've looked dangerous, and hopefully we keep it up and capitalise on it. There's no point having all this pressure, and it all comes to nothing, because we know, as has happened when we were trying to seek an equaliser last week, Brighton then got their second, and then that was game over, and we was on top when one of the rare occasions in the match where we was on top, and then we go and concede again. So we need to make it count.
Villa attacking a deep ball played in towards the far post. It's just too far for Matty Cash, who's coming in there at the far post. And West Ham able to breathe again and start an attack. But, it's definitely better. We're pretty much an hour gone. Now, 2/3 of the way through this game. Still waiting for the first goal. Rio, you get the feeling that, we're getting towards that sort of stage now where the first goal could prove highly influential, if not enough to win the game.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm back live with you anyway. You'd be
excellent.
Almost pleased to know. You might not be. I don't know. Depends how you're feeling today. But yeah, no, I've just got back on a live stream. I'm actually knocking the ball about, which is it's a real positive. Actually working the ball from the midfield. Jared Bowen feeds it out wide to Soufal. Cross comes in. It's looking more promising. I say the change in formation. We're back to more familiar territory, and we're working a ball around. This is an improvement.
Definitely is. West Ham probably had the best chance of the game so far, actually, just a few minutes ago. But still probing and looking for something. West Ham still in possession, though the ball's cleared back out into our own half. But we're definitely much better. This opening 15 minutes of the second half has definitely been a huge improvement on what we saw in that opening 45 minutes. Emerson being hauled off at half time for Said Benrahma, who hasn't personally done a great deal this half, but he's definitely the formation has helped West Ham and looking to profit and hopefully nick all 3 points here. From one nick to another. Nick, if it stays this way, is this going to be a terrible thing?
Sorry, say that again, because my volume's low and my attention was diverted to the forum again.
No worries. Well, while you're doing it, Skamaka's just had a shot. It's not trouble, Martinez, but West Ham playing the ball on the left-hand side. Souček moving to the edge of the box, plays it square to Skamaka, who tries to pull it out onto his right foot, gets it out, gets the shot away, but there's a block coming in and it takes all the sting out of it, and it's an easy save, Martinez. But yet again, Nick, West Ham showing intention and a lot more attacking intent in the second half.
Yeah, so far so good. I just hope we don't concede and that we capitalise on what we're building.
We've shown better interplay in the last 3 or 4 minutes that I've been back on the stream than I saw throughout the entire first half. I think it's a bit harsh to point the blame at Emerson, but because he's only new to the squad, he probably hasn't been integrated fully. Us adjusting the tactics to kind of suit him a little bit hasn't done us any favours. So going back to more tried and trusted setup, he's paying dividends at the moment.
Yeah, then, right? Bowen, I think it was Bowen, has just tried to click the ball into the box.
Yeah.
It has bounced off one of their defenders. And the Declan Rice of last season would have swept that ball up on the ricochet off of the defender. But he stood there and watched it go to their player and then run off with it. He made no attempt to get it. And that's the sort of basic stuff he was doing last season. Maybe I'm being overly critical, but he's the one that set the high standards.
Yeah.
I don't know if you see the bit I meant.
I think it's spot on, mate. I mean, he set such a high standard for himself, for the club, and he's just not delivering in any kind of capacity at the moment. And for those who haven't been reading the forum over the last week or two, the forum is awash with conspiracy theories. And the longer his poor run of form continues, the more you think, is there actually any structure and any truth to them? Because he's looking at an absolute shadow of former self. He hasn't played this badly since his first introduction to the side.
There's a change, gentlemen. West Ham just made their second change of the game, and it's quite a surprise one, actually, because he's been there or thereabouts so far. Gianluca Scamacca is withdrawn to be replaced by Michail Antonio. West Ham making their second change of the game, and Villa also making a change, I think. But let's just have a look. Scamacca, Nick, what's your verdict on what you've seen of him today? He's had a couple of half chances. He's not really had any clear-cut opportunities yet, though.
No, some nice touches, some good vision. I think at the moment that where we're not used to him is the other players aren't really in the right positions for what he's doing. The potential's there, though. There is signs that once our players are used to having somebody of his quality playing around them, that they'll start to pick up his flicks and his knock-ons and stuff. No, I thought he had a solid game. He shouldn't be the one that's creating, though. He should be the one that's on the end of stuff. He's going to come good. I've got every confidence in our Roman Legion.
Okay, good stuff.
I've got confidence in the player. I haven't got confidence in the team to deliver, because that's what he's lacking. He's lacking delivery and quality ball into him. Yeah, and he won't be able to thrive unless the team adapt to that. So he's a different striker to Antonio. Antonio will go hunting for the ball. he'll run down the channel to do all that. Skamaka is more kind of a box striker, a typical old-fashioned centre forward. He needs delivery and good ball into him. We just haven't done that at all today.
Double change for Villa. Coutinho's gone off. Looks like he's pulled a hamstring or something. Also going off is Douglas Luiz. I think it was that. I think it's a double change. Just waiting for clarification on that. But it looks like Villa have made that. Yeah, it's Buendia coming on for Coutinho. And there's another change. As I say, Douglas Luiz has been replaced. Just waiting to see. It's Ramsey who's come on for Luiz. So 2 changes in the centre of the park there for Villa. Stevie Gerrard, Real obviously not liking what he's seen since half-time.
No, I mean, we've got more of a foothold in the game. Coutinho took that little knock, but I haven't seen much of Douglas Luiz, which really impresses me. He's one of them players that is there, but he doesn't function in the right way for me. He just doesn't look like a constructive player. Jacob Ramsey's come on, and he's a player who really impressed me last season. So we've got to be a bit wary about his capabilities.
We're pretty much into the final quarter of the game now. Michail Antonio brought on his battering ram for West Ham in the final third. Said Benrahma's got the ball on the left-hand side. Little chip into Bowen, whose header is just neither here nor there. Not quite sure what he was trying to do there. But it's actually gone out on the right-hand side for a throw-in. Vladimir Soufal was racing to try and get on the end of it, but couldn't get it. I'm not quite sure. David Moyes looks a little bit perplexed by what he saw there, but
well,
anyway,
pretty much as perplexed as we are as to why he took off Skamaka, I suppose, because I don't get that, because he was just starting to get into the game, and then he takes him off. Just as I was saying, at the start of the first half, he's seen stuff and changed it where it's needed. I don't think Skamaka needed to come off. There was probably Bowen ahead of him, Fornals ahead of him. And I'm left scratching my shiny bald head as to what Moyes' thinking is behind that.
Yeah, we just brought on the personnel to actually get him into the game, and then you withdraw him.
Yep.
It doesn't make sense at all.
No, I mean, my takeaway from that is it's just to give them something else to think about. Skamaka, he'd done okay. Not really tested Martinez at all, and you just get the feeling. I think maybe it's a case of Moyes thinking, well, Antonio's a lot more used to playing with some of these lads. He knows where to make the runs, that sort of thing, and maybe just give it another. He's got 20 minutes. Give him a run out and just see if he can do something a little bit different. I don't think there's anything to read into that bar just to try and freshen it up a little bit. Don't think it's any criticism of Skamaka anyway. But is this going to benefit Antonio Rio having only 20 minutes? I mean, of course, he can bust the gut now, can't he? From now until the final whistle.
Yeah, and he's certainly got a point to prove. Didn't start Thursday night, didn't start today. He's been our main focal point for the last 2 seasons. He'll be busting the gut to try and make an impression.
Yeah. Just
hopefully he keeps his head, because, when he gets frustrated at times, he sometimes loses his discipline and shape a little bit. So hopefully a focused, determined Antonio will give us something like really positive to offer.
Yeah.
And our tiring Villa defence, he should be able to charge them down and give them a lot of problems. It's just feeding him.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's hope it has a positive effect. Anyway, doesn't seem to be a lot of support looking around for that change. People seem to be quite happy with what Skamaka was doing. But anyway, it's Antonio on West Ham's third change of the afternoon. I think I might have said second earlier, but of course Johnson was replaced by Soufal early on the game. Johnson with that thigh strain issue. Villa trying to break. Meanwhile, on the pitch, ball comes into the substitute, tries to play it through for Ings, but it's a poor ball, and Villa really have. I mean, are we seeing 2 really off-form teams here at the moment, Nick? I mean, Villa have looked pretty poor, let's be honest, apart from that early chance they had.
I wouldn't say Villa are off form. I think they're just not very good.
Okay.
Whereas we are majorly off form. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say. I was full of confidence for this guy. I don't see, we're giving it a bloody ball away again. I was full of confidence coming into this because of how poor Villa have actually been.
Yeah.
And I thought, yeah, if there's ever a team to come up against when you're scraping need a win, it would be Aston Villa. And we've got 20 minutes plus a little bit of stoppage time to go, where it could well be looking like, okay, so long as Villa doesn't score, it's looking like we're going to go 4 games without a goal. And if you don't score goals, you don't win games, stating the obvious. And that's what I don't get from a team that were actually poor defensively last season.
Yeah.
And scoring, not for fun, but, scoring regularly. I think how many games last season? Was it 2 that we didn't score in, I think? To now going potentially 4 on the trot ain't the best sign, is it?
Not at all. Not at all. But as you said, there's still time. 19 minutes, 18, 19 minutes to go. Said Benrahma's tried his luck and from about 23, 24 yards. And as is often the case with Said, it fails to find the target. It's not a million miles away, but Benrahma, pushing through the centre where he's been given the opportunity to play. I think we know he kind of likes playing there in that traditional number 10 role, a dipping effort, but it's too high. And it's no problem for Villa. But yeah, we're definitely getting into that area now where the next goal wins it, I think, Rio. And you're going to call it? Who do you fancy?
I'm going to go with us, and I think it's going to be Said Benrahma. My worry, apart from this as well, is we spent an awful lot of money, and we don't seem to have integrated the players that we brought in to any great degree, do we, with any success?
No,
Only Kera is out there at the moment. And needs more necessity because we're lacking centre halves who are fit.
Yeah.
Every new signing coming in isn't playing a part at the moment. And it's because we're resorting to the tried and trusted who did us so well over the last 2 seasons. And if we're going to do that, it's a waste of funds. And it's also you're going to drain these players because it's another long, hard season in front of us.
Okay. Nick, if you've got to call it, how do you see this one going? Do you see anyone winning it?
I can't see anyone winning it. Well, no, I'm going to say I can't see us winning it. There we go. But I would have ruled out Villa.
Well, there you go. West Ham in possession at the moment, at least stringing a few passes together, if not threatening. It's out on the left with Aaron Cresswell, who plays it down the line. Clever ball, actually, to Michael Antonio, who's pulled out now. Mickey. It's a poor cross. Tries to send it in low and early, and it doesn't even beat the first defender. But West Ham have the ball again, and looking good. Declan Rice now on the ball. Come on, Deckers. What can you do? Plays it across. Good ball to Fornals. Fornals looks up, has a shot. It's dipping! Oh, pick that out!
There we go.
Aston Villa 0, West Ham United 1. Pablo!
There's our first goal of the season. Happy days. There we go. See, I gave the commentators kiss of death, and it works.
I hate to say it, Ria, but I think that took a massive deflection, didn't it? Or am I misseeing that?
Yeah, definite deflection. But after the Forest incident, we at the inside of the bar will take it all day long. And we needed a goal. And you know what? It's one of the greatest things about football at the moment. His face, Hartley scores a goal. He's an absolute delight, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
He's someone who loves playing football. And
oh man.
Yeah, we're back in again.
It's now. Oh, that's. I mean, when your luck's going your way, it's going your way, and that has taken a massive deflection off the Achilles. I think of it looks like Cons has got the ground, sort of slightly turned his back on the ball. Fornal shots hit him on the back of the Achilles, as I say, looped right up and over Martinez and dropped into the net. We've been needing a little bit of luck, Nick, and you can certainly say we had our lion's share of it just there. But of course, you know, if you don't attack, you're not going to score, and we've been so much better this second half. So credit to the team out there, and of course to Moisey for making the change at half time.
Yeah, absolutely. Bit fluky though, wasn't it? But no, that is the sort of luck we need. That's the thing, because you know, I'll take it all day long. I'll take it all day long. We just need to keep hold of it. That's the thing though, isn't it? We've scored a goal. That's That's
What a goal.
it's broken the seal.
Yeah.
That's the monkey off our back, as they say.
Well, Villa are trying to level straight away. This is dangerous. The ball's out on the left-hand side. Pull back. It's a poor ball, but the shot comes in the end from Matty Cash. Matty Cash asking for a penalty there. He's never going to get that. He's had the shot, and there was a connection from Cresswell, I think, after he'd taken the ball. There's nothing in it at all. Cash shot blazed it over the bar for Villa, and West Ham are ahead. Rio, 14 minutes to go. You called it. You said if anyone's likely to do it, it's going to be West Ham, and there you go. 3 minutes later, we're taking the lead.
Blind faith and cherry juice. It's playing wonders. My not in my brain, but my optimism as well. Yeah, the last 10, 15 minutes, we're the only side really knocking the ball about. It's a completely different look to the West Ham side we saw in the first half. Actually playing constructive passes, getting in behind the Villa defence, and it's paid dividends. And like I said, the only worry is that we're failing to integrate our new players fully, and we're going to go back to the tried and tested again. And are we going to burn them out? And we've got to get these players up to speed and integrate in our system and get them working for us.
I've got to say, Villa are in the penalty box. Cash is on the right-hand side, looking to weave his way past Cresswell, who's stood up very well and got a challenge in, but it's only come back to a Villa player on the edge of the box. There's a dive there, and he's never going to win that. And West Ham got, what a giveaway. West Ham could have broken away there, but didn't take the opportunity. What was I going to say? I was going to come back to. Just going to say there, if you're looking to make a tactical change now, I think this is probably the point you'd want to look at going to 5 at the back. It's just looking to solidify your defence. We're not making any changes at the moment, but there's another one for Villa. Ings is going off to be replaced by the number 31, who is. I'm trying to see who it is. Just waiting for clarification. Bailey coming on for Ings. So pretty much the last throw of the dice there, Rio, from Stevie Gerrard.
Yeah, very pacey player, Bailey. Not a lot of composure on the ball when he's in the threatening areas, but his pace is going to be a major issue for us.
78 minutes gone. It's Aston Villa 0, West Ham United 1. The Hammers 12 minutes away from our first Premier League 3 points of the season. We've had our first goal tonight. Today, can we get our first win? Got to just get a foot on the ball because it's all Villa at the moment as they look to get a second. Nick, you're David Moyes. What do you do here? Do you tell them to go and get a second? Well, hang on, let's stick with this because West Ham on the counter. Declan Rice is going through the middle. Oh, that's a naughty one. Declan Rice driving into the penalty box, felled by Kamara. That's what you call taking one for the team. Rice was about to let one go there, I think, from the edge of the box. Great run from Declan Rice. Best movement we've seen from him in the game so far, and that's clearly an obvious yellow card. But best we've seen from Declan Rice, Nick, so far probably this season. Just goes to show a bit of confidence, and that's the difference.
I've just seen it. That was not. See, the thing is, right? I still think, regardless of whether there is players in front and stuff, I genuinely believe that should be a red card in the rules of the game, because it's snidey, it's filth. I've never bought this take one for the team in that respect. That is dirty and cynical, regardless of the fact that there's other players around him. It's the sort of thing, when a player's running that speed, that's dangerous to do that to a player, and it can cause injury. That's, to me, the equivalent of a foot over the ball, which will get you sent off. So, maybe that needs to be looked at.
The resulting free kick comes to nothing, but West Ham still attacking. It was Cresswell's free kick was straight into the wall, but Villa have regained possession now after West Ham had put a couple of crosses. And that's fantastic work from Declan Rice.
I know he's woken up, isn't he?
He certainly has. He's got the bit between his teeth now.
Maybe the amphetamines in his coffee at half time have finally kicked in. I don't know. We've just seen the best football from him in the match so far. In the season, to be honest.
Yeah, fair to say. Rio, 10 minutes to go. Are we looking at any more? Hang on. West Ham have nicked the ball here, and this is a chance to break. Said Benrahma on the ball. Can he find Antonio? He can, out left. Antonio looks up. What's he got ahead of him? Not a lot. Finds Benrahma. Benrahma with a good chance here. Tries to wiggle around 2 or 3. Still got the ball.
Oh!
Pulls that cross. Oh, for Bowen.
If Scamatta was there, that would have been 2-0.
Bowen just couldn't quite get on the end of it. But yeah, we're this is more like the old West Ham Rio. This is what we paid for.
Yep, it's like we've returned back to February, isn't it? When everything was good and everything rose in the garden.
Yeah.
Yep, this is exactly what we needed. The second half performance has been so much improved. It's unreal, and absolute delight to watch at the moment. But just hope we can keep the shape at the back and not let any silly errors creep in, and keep this lead and keep this win, because we need to kickstart our season, and this is the ample opportunity. Just looking, Wolves are going to tune up against Saudi Arabia.
Portugal beat Saudi Arabia. We were just seeing a shot of Prefect Gerrard on the sidelines, looking like he's been caned by the headmaster. But it's not going his way at the moment. West Ham on the edge of the box side. Benrahma plays it into Declan Rice. Now will Rice unleash a drive from here? He does. And Declan, that's why you're a midfielder. High and wide from Rice, but encouraging nonetheless. We're pushing on, Nick. We're bang on top at the moment. He says as Nick's disappeared. Oh, there he is.
I'm back. I was just needed to go to the Carsey, but yeah, we are on top. We need to keep this pressure up, because we can sometimes. We've seen it. We've seen it this season where we've been on top, and we've then conceded. But yeah, the signs are there. It is like that goal has suddenly spurred us into life. And then you're then left scratching your little bolts, isn't you? Where has this West Ham been for 3.5 games? But I'll take it.
Deck's got his mojo back, says Polaroid. Come on, you irons. 8 minutes to go. Hammer's looking to break again. This is better. Souček plays it out wide to Benrahma. What can Benrahma do? Little 1-2 with Declan Rice. Oh, that's a great ball from Declan Rice. Mickey Antonio's in here. Mickey, he just got pocket picked at the last minute by Matty Cash. He was just about to let one go, and Cash had to touch. Fortunate there to get that ball. It's a really good ball. Declan Rice is just a transformed Rio. He's a different player the last 10 minutes. This is what we wanted to see.
Yeah, he's been completely asleep since May, and it's like a rejuvenation. It's absolutely unreal, the transformation. What a difference a deflected goal to make from one player. Unreal.
Do you know what I mean?
Portugal's second goal got cancelled off. So yeah, still in Portugal 1, Saudi Arabia 0 at the moment.
Villa attacking on the right. Decent ball put in. This could be dangerous for West Ham. Heading back across the box. Who's there to clear it? Who else? Declan Rice. Villa still with the ball. I will just stick with this for a minute. Just under 7 minutes left to go. It's still Villa 0, West Ham United 1. Ball swung into the left. Cross come in, and that looked dangerous. It's a free kick given to West Ham for a foul on Kehrer though. But Ollie Watkins, the perpetrator, and West Ham have got a chance to waste a few more seconds. Yeah, it was clear foul on the German. Done a good job, hasn't he, Nick Kehrer today? Sort of gone about his business fairly quietly. Not really put a foot wrong. We saw that he had a difficult debut against Brighton, but has looked good today.
He has. Again, he's another one of our new signings. I really quite like the look of. He's going to keep his. I would imagine when everyone's fit, he's certainly going to keep his place, isn't he? And it's going to leave Moyes with a headache, because who does he play? Kehrer and Agard. Then where does that leave Zuma, Dawson? And what a great dilemma to have finally.
Yep, I haven't even mentioned Ogbonna there either.
Ogbonna,
yeah.
Or Ogbonna, of course.
Declan Rice has put another ball into Mickey Antonio in the box. Antonio, little 1-2 with Benrahma, plays it out wide to Bowen. This is promising. Bowen into the box.
It was promising.
Unfortunate, wrong choice from Jared, but West Ham still attacking. Now I've got to say this because pretty much unanimously the decision to do this was criticised, but Mickey Antonio, since he's come on, has made a difference. Nick, you were quite critical of the substitution. I'll let you take that one up if you'd like.
Look, that's why I'm sitting behind a computer screen, mate, doing this, and I'm not standing on the touchline, a millionaire as a Premier League manager.
Yeah. But no, I mean, all joking aside, he's responded, hasn't he, Antonio? Rio, you made the point that he's, didn't start the other day, didn't start today. He's got to go and show what he can do now. He's got some real competition, and he said this a few weeks ago, didn't he? That You know, he needs that competition just to give him that boost, to let him know that someone will take his place if he's not playing. And he's responding today. It's working.
Yeah, I think it's an ideal situation, isn't it? It's the first time in a long, long while we've got two genuinely quality forwards. And if they can thrive off each other and the competition makes them want to work harder, have more desire, they're going to have to earn their place and keep their place. It can only benefit us, you know. It's been a long time since we've probably never had an actual genuine squad. And now we look like we've got options all over the place here. And, we desperately needed it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, one thing that's extremely noticeable is that in the first half, we was having, I think it was something like 64-36 in favour of Villa there on the possession. It's now considered, I think it's 44 now to 56. I'm sure that was what came up in favour of Villa. So it just goes to show as well, when you keep hold of the ball, you do better.
West Ham can't quite get hold of the ball at the moment. Villa attacking. That's a good effort. Not too far wide. Shot coming in from Bailey, the substitute there from the right-hand side of the penalty box. But I just think the only thing that slightly worries me at the moment, Rio, is that, and I hate to be critical of this, but when we're getting the ball, we're looking to break quickly and we're going for that second goal. Maybe a little bit more experience would say, just get your foot on the ball, just frustrate them for a bit, rather than, you know, a couple of times there, Antonio lost possession and Rice lost possession trying to play a quick ball through, when maybe you could have just said, you know, just get your foot on the ball and hold on to it for a bit. What do you think?
Yeah, no, we have to be a bit more professional. We all want to see goals. We want to secure the game. But, you know, in situations where you don't have to put yourself in trouble, then don't. We're desperate for these 3 points. Let's just hang on. No, if we get a genuine break and we can hit really quickly and fast, let's do it. But let's be sensible about how we approach it.
Well, there's not an awful lot of time left to go. We're into the 88th minute. Just over 2 minutes of normal time left to go. West Ham leading here 1-0 at Villa Park, but Declan Rice is on the ball. Declan Rice been imperious for the last 20 minutes. Anonymous for the first 60 and unplayable for the last 20 now. Are we going to see another change? Gerrard looks a little bit lost again, not quite sure what to do. David Moyes anxiously looking down at his watch every time we see him to see how long's left. But Villa in possession once again. The ball sprayed out onto the left-hand side. It's Vladimir Soufal who pays close attention and prevents Villa coming any further. But neat little 1-2 played in the centre. Is there going to be a shot coming in? Oh, for a minute I thought that was in. I saw Lucas Fabianski just stop, and I thought it was one of those where the ball's going to bend in the corner and beat him. But fortunately for Fabianski, myself, and everyone else of a West Ham persuasion, the shot went straight into his hands, and he's able to grasp the ball gratefully. And it's another 45 seconds gone.
Oh, that was a bit naughty.
Was that a foul? I didn't see that.
That looked like a foul to me.
Down clutching his side. Or is he just wasting time? He's on the floor anyway. Clutching his hip, his right hip. Not quite sure how much genuine pain there is. Let's have another look at this.
Oh, no. Get up, mate. If that was an opposition player, he'd be getting pelters. So just because he plays for us, no, that's awful. Get up.
Yeah, he's actually been nudged in the chest, I think, by an elbow, and he's gone down clutching his left hip. So, Mickey, you're not going to win any Oscars for that one, son, I don't think. But anyway, it's wasted a few more seconds. We're now into the last 45 seconds of normal time, waiting to see how many minutes are going to be added on at the end. But Villa still probing, looking for the goal that would give them at least a point. But we want all three now, West Ham, having taken the lead through Pablo Fornals' heavily deflected efforts in the 74th minute. Villa on the edge of the box trying to probe, find a way in. Played out right to Matty Cash. Cash plays it back. Villa still looking to get the ball in. It's whipped into the box. Misses everyone. Player's gone down. A Villa player's taken a dive in the penalty box. You're not going to get anything for that. Ball's played in low to Kurt Zuma, who just puts it back out for touch.
All right, book him. If that's either a penalty or a dive, and if it's a dive, book him.
I'm going to have another look at it here. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Oh, no, actually, on the replay, all right, he's made a meal of it, but Soufal, did he have his arms around him? I've seen him given.
No, I'm not having that. He's backed it to Soufal. Soufal's put his arms up to steady himself, I think. And
no. I fully agree. But there was contact. He did put his arms on him. We've seen them given.
3 minutes of stoppage time indicated. We're 30 seconds into that now. Another substitution for Villa, number 31 coming on. Didn't see who goes off. We'll clarify who that was for you in a minute. But the ball played across the edge of the box. Kurt Zuma up to head it clear.
It is a bit of the Alamo at the moment from Villa's point of view.
It is a bit, but is this a chance for us to get the ball out?
Oh, here we go. Fornals is coming through the middle.
Go on, Pabs.
Nice ball to Antonio, and it's just pinged off him and straight back to Villa, and here they come again.
This is what I'm talking about. Get hold of the ball, stick your foot on the ball in those situations. Don't give it away.
That's a corner to Villa.
I tell you what, actually, I don't know who it was. Number 27, the Villa player, is Digne, who I reckon he could have taken a bit of a dive there, and there might have been a VAR look because there was a little nick. Was it Ricey? Was it Ricey who had a little?
It was Declan there.
Yeah. There was contact, and it's one of those where you've seen players dive and things given. But anyway, Villa have a corner. Rio, over to you.
Right. Yep. So I'm about 5 or 10 seconds behind you two, I think. Everyone jostling in the box. We've got to really careful here, guys. I think Dean is going to take it, left-footed, swings it in, headed away, thankfully. Villa are playing it backwards into towards their own half. Martinez is going to pump it forward. There's just over a minute left. Please, West Ham, hold on. Ball's filled out onto our left-hand side. Villa still probing, trying to get down there. But yeah, good defensive work. Oh, now they've broken free again. He seems just walked past. I think that was Declan. He just walked past there. But yeah, the ball goes back into the Villa half. Just under a minute to go now. Knocking it around, trying to look for a long ball. They play it into the centre instead. Then work it out right. Oh God, there's a lot of space on that left-hand side. Cleared, and I think that's gone out for a no. Thought it was going to go out for a corner, but not still in play. And Villa are probing down our left-hand side again, knocking it back.
Here we go.
This isn't really entertaining commentary, guys. I'm really sorry.
What?
But yeah, we get the interception, and we got a foot on the ball. Just Fornals or Bowen charging forward, charging towards the Villa area. He's brought down. Nothing doing there. There's officially 5 seconds of play left. Come on, West Ham, hold on. Villa have a ball just outside their area, searching centrally, trying to feed it into the striker. Nothing doing.
We're into added on time at the end of added on time. Surely that whistle's going to come very soon. 93-24, 25, 3 minutes added on, of course, at the end of the game.
Launches it forward.
That's it. We've done it.
The final whistle has blown at Villa Park, and it's finished. West Ham, Aston Villa, 0, West Ham United 1. Pablo Fornals scoring the only goal of the game after 74 minutes. A deflection that looped up and over Martinez. We don't care. It's in the back of the net. It's our first goal of the season. It's our first points of the season. Massive win for the massive West Ham at Villa Park. Martinez is, he can't believe it. He's on the floor. He can't believe what he's seen. Tough luck, son. Points are ours. We're going home to London with all 3 points. It's been a great day for West Ham, Nick.
It has. Maybe pushing it a bit. A good day. It's not a great day because worrying signs. It's not get carried away. But it's 3 points. Certainly a lot of luck with the goal. But them's the breaks in it. Yeah, I'm not going to jump up and down because it was a tepid performance.
Come on.
No.
On a game, come on.
I know, but I keep my feet. I like to keep my feet on the ground. I'm very happy with one. Green shoots of progress. There we go.
Oh, come on, you old Mizog. Have one on us. Come on.
I did. I celebrated the goal, didn't I?
No, okay. No, fair enough. Rio, are you going to be any more ebullient than Nick in the wake of that victory?
We're up to dizzy heights of 16th place. We're 3 points off the European Conference spot in the league. Just 3 points. With 2 easily winnable games coming up in the next 3 days. We are gonna that's gonna kickstart our season. We're gonna romp it. We don't need anyone. We don't need anyone like our friend Garland or whatever his son's name, Erling Haaland or whatever. that is the title-winning kickstart that we needed. If only we can integrate some new players, though. That'd be nice. If we're going to spend money on people, can at least get them involved a bit, you know?
Well,
poor old Bournemouth goal difference, though. Look at that, -14.
Oh, what a shame! What a shame. Nick, poor first half from West Ham. What changed it? Moisey made the change half time, went from 5 at the back to a flat 4, and we were a different team after the break. And you know, at the centre of it all, player that we'd pretty much we couldn't understand what was going on for the first 65 minutes. Declan Rice, absolutely incredible for that final 25 minutes. Found his mojo, and magnificent.
Yeah, where's he been all season? It's just like somebody flicked a switch. Not complaining. Just goes to makes the last 3.5 games or 3 3/4 games all the more baffling, didn't it?
Yeah.
But hey, we've won a game. Yay.
Yeah. It's kind of almost don't know how to celebrate. It's a bit like that. The Portugal versus Saudi Arabia clash is 1-1 now. I should point out there's a minute to go in 8 added on. Not quite sure what happened there, but good for West Ham, I suppose, that Newcastle are Wolves, probably going to be 2 of our rivals for that 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th spot this season, are going to drop points today. Rio, what was the difference for you in the second half? What really changed that game around? Because we were absolutely woeful. Let's have it right before the halftime interval.
Well, I actually think the seeds of improvement started when Ben Johnson went off injured. Soufal came on. A much better balanced side. Second half, he took off Emerson Palmieri, who, I thought he had a tight enough opening 45 minutes, but he's reverted back to a tried and trusted formation, tried and trusted players, tried and trusted shape. And it's like the West Ham of old in the end. We actually managed to string some passes together. The midfield actually proved that it actually existed rather than just being there in figment of imagination only. And once we actually got our foot on the ball and started passing it around and actually kept control of the ball at times, we looked a much better team. And as Nick said, if you keep hold of the ball and don't let the opposition have it, you're putting yourself under the cosh every minute, every 15, 20 seconds. And you're going to struggle to do anything. You're going to look a poor side because you're completely nullifying your attacking options and half the side. So, going back to tried and trusted, and it paid dividends in the end.
Yeah, it certainly did. Several changes for West Ham throughout the game. As Rio said, the first one, Soufal coming on for Johnson after 23 minutes. Further changes later in the game. Antonio, let's talk about Antonio Scamacca. Nick, I'm not putting you on the spot here again, but no, it's Scamacca had done all right. Let's have it right. He'd had a decent hour or so. Mickey Antonio come on. It was just a different proposition for Villa, wasn't it? It gave them something completely different to worry about, and almost helped us in a way because it kind of freed up the players playing around him to be afforded a little bit more space, I think.
Yeah, it did. As I said, when at some point during the game, I think the quality of Scamacca is that he seems to be sort of always one step ahead of where everyone else is on the pitch at the moment. Mm-hmm. It looks like he's got far more of a footballing brain than Antonio, who, I don't think even his biggest fans would say really he's anything but a battering ram. And this is what we've been wanting to see for so long. And Antonio, a fresh and ready Antonio, coming on against tired legs for the last half hour to kick the crap out of our opponents, which is what in effect, what he did, isn't it? He was used as that battering ram against tired legs. And it was effective and it worked. And hopefully we'll see more of that.
But see, for me, that's the first indication we've seen of the transfer policy this summer paying off. Because last season, Antonio would have played full 90 minutes today, no doubt about it. There was no one else to come in. This season, Scamacca's gone in. He softened them up a little bit. Antonio's come on, as we said, Rio, when he was introduced. He can just go hell for leather for that last 25 minutes. Hasn't got to worry about pacing himself for 90 minutes because he's 32 now, and may have a little bit less energy than he may have had 4 or 5 years ago. He did, and he battered them. There's a few little bits and bobs he did that maybe didn't come off, but as we said, it gave him something else to worry about, and that afforded other players. Declan Rice, I mean, I'm not sure that Antonio coming on was the catalyst for Rice to become a completely different player, but it certainly coincided with that. That, as I say, that for me is the first sign of our transfer policy paying dividends so far. I don't think we win that game without bringing in players like Scamacca in the summer. No,
absolutely. I mean, Scamacca, with the service that he had in the opening hour that was on the pitch, it was non-existent, and it's really hard to shine when you're getting nothing that benefits your game. But the rotation policy that he starts, Antonio has to come on and prove himself and try and win his place back. If that happens all season, them two fighting each other for that, because let's face it, Moyes never plays a two up top, does he? So if those two are going to fight for that one starting role, right, healthy competition will reap rewards for us. Scamacca looks a really good player, but he needs service, and we didn't deliver that for him. So it's hard for him to shine.
Why was that, Rio? Why couldn't we provide him with the service? Where did we go wrong? Was it? I mean, because he was out there for the first half in that change formation. He was out there for the first half of the second half. I'm getting attacked by a wasp. Must be a Villa fan. Out there for the first half of the second half as well. So he had the opportunity, but what was the problem? Is it just a case of he's got to get used to the rest of the team, or is it something sort of more insidious than that?
No, I just think that because we've played with Antonio alone up front for so long, it's hard for the present team to get used to the way that Scamacca plays. They're not used to the runs he makes. They're not used to the positions he takes up, and that's going to take a bit of tinkering on the training ground.
Right.
When he does have the chance to shine, right, he looks a very good player. He holds the ball up well. He wins headers in the air. But we didn't put. I don't think we put in one cross for him to kind of feed off of in that opening 45, let alone actually give him any constructive balls delivered to him in attacking positions in that opening half. Because the midfield in the first half of Souček and Rice was beyond abysmal. Fornells wasn't functioning well. Jared Bowen, again, had an opening 45 minutes where you didn't even know he was on the pitch. So all our attacking options were like not conducive to Scamacca having a good game at all. We didn't actually give him the opportunity to shine. When we went back to the tried and trusted person we've had for the last 18 months, 2 years, now we look like a different proposition. More familiar shape. We looked a completely different side in that second period.
We won't talk too much, Nick, about the first half because, quite frankly, there wasn't an awful lot to talk about. I don't think we had a shot, let alone a shot on target prior to the break, did we? Oh no, we had Fornells had that the volley from the Scamacca layback that went nearer the corner flag, I think, than its intended target. That was our only effort before the break. Final match stats, let's do that quickly. Possession 58% Villa, 42% West Ham. Villa 9 shots, 3 on target. West Ham 7 shots, 2 on target. So I think Villa had 5, didn't they, before the break? So we certainly outplayed that statistically and on the pitch in that second half. 3 corners for Villa, 2 for West Ham. So much more even in the second half. Nick, just taking a look at the highlights of that second half. I mean, Ings had a header early on. Over the bar wasn't really a problem. 57 minutes was the big one. Jared Bowen sent racing through on goal. Pablo Fornells, who ultimately won the game for West Ham, played him in. Bowen sort of caught in two minds, Nick, had the opportunity to play it to the left-hand side to side Benrahma, who was in acres of space, would have had a clear shot on goal. Opted instead to cut inside and take the shot. What was your view? Did he do the right thing? Was it there for the taking, or should he have found somebody?
I think it was there for the taking. I said that in game.
Yeah.
I'll get me teeth. Can't take anything away from the defender because it was a great bit of defending. If on maybe 9 out of 10 occasions, Bowen has hooked his left foot round that and it's past the keeper out of reach. you know, sometimes you can find fault with your own players, and don't get me wrong, Bowen again really wasn't at the races. But sometimes you just have to give credit to what the opposition do. And I think that's one of those occasions where I'm not going to hang him out to dry and beat him up too much. That was a good bit of pace and a good bit of defending to stop him being able to take the shot. I'm not sure he would have, the way the defender was bearing down on him anyway, I'm not entirely sure that the position of their defender, that if he had laid it across to Benrahma, that it would have even got to him. So,
okay,
you know, if some...
So credit to Villa rather than criticism of Bowen, to summarise. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Scamacca had a shot on 62 minutes, which was... kind of blocked, took the power off it, which was easy for Martinez to pick up. And there was that change, Antonio coming on for Scamacca after 65 minutes before which Villa made a couple of changes of their own. Coutinho, one of the players going off, looked like he had a bit of a hamstring strain there. Benrahma, who was lively, I thought, in the second half, playing in that sort of number 10 role, his favoured position behind the sole striker, dipping shot over the bar from 22, 23 yards on 72 minutes. And then Rio, 74 minutes, the moment that changed the game and possibly changed the course of West Ham United's season. Pablo Fornals picked up the ball on the edge of the box, looked up, tried his luck. The defender turned his foot, it cannoned off his Achilles heel and looped right up over Martinez. It was the perfect deflection, you might say, into the back of the net, and 3 points for West Ham. Yeah,
we actually started stringing after the changes some actually really good moves together. Yep. More constructive passing than we've seen for the first entire hour. A really good side, and that opportunity presented itself. Pablo's had a couple of long-range shots in the first half, which come to nothing. But we saw the other week, when he shot from distance against Forest, he's very unlucky not to get a goal there when he came back onto the underside of the bar. So maybe this is the luck that he needed, the luck that we needed. And, it was a fantastic kind of twist of fate, wasn't it? And, it's kick-started our season here. This could be a vital moment in our West Ham season.
I'm glad you pointed out. I'd forgotten completely about that Forest opportunity, and you're absolutely right. It was almost like the reverse of the luck he had there, wasn't it? Where he hit the underside of the bar, cannon down onto the line, and was cleared. Today it was the other way round, and I guess when you hear people talk about these things even themselves out, there's the perfect example of that happening. But as you say, if you don't buy a ticket, you can't win a prize, and credit to Pablo, and as it's lovely to see him celebrate a goal, Nick. I mean, no one celebrates a goal like Pablo Fornals, do they?
No, they don't. Apart from Paqueta, because at the end of the day, they've got a similar celebration to slide on the knees with the older salute. So, apart from that, no.
1-0, West Ham. And of course, just pointing out, adding to what Rio was saying there, the goal coming just 9 minutes after we made that change, Antonio, for Scamacca. So, it'll be interesting to see on the forum and also social media what people made of that in retrospect. Because Nick, you were pointing out, I think there was a lot of criticism of that change on the forum. Am I right? Did you say that?
There was quite a bit, and in a way, I can understand it why. Because when he came off for a good 5 minutes or so after, the intensity dropped. And then that was when all of a sudden Declan Rice remembered he was a footballer. Yeah. And for all the criticism I've had of Rice and stuff like that, he for once took that game by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah.
Well, after a while, he did, and that is what I want to see from Declan Rice more often. And it is just so confusing. And maybe he heard me when who was it? Bowen were trying to get the ball in the box, and it ricocheted off the Villa's player's legs, and it went within a couple of yards of Rice, and he stood there, and instead of diving in to get it like he would have done in the last quarter of that game, even let alone last season, he just stood there and watched that ball go past him to a Villa player like he could not be bothered. And then after that was then he went on full beast mode. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Moyes saw it. Maybe somebody else saw that little bit and gave him a kick up the arse and said, do something, because it was just baffling that for 3 and a bit games, he's 3 3/4 games, he's been rubbish. And I don't like saying that about any West Ham player. That's something I hate to say, but he has been rubbish. And then that last quarter of the game, it was like somebody flicked a switch, which it's really frustrating, because that's what makes the previous 3 and a bit games even more baffling. But kudos, he grabbed that game by the scruff of the neck, and that's what I like to see from a West Ham captain. He's still got big boots to fill. That's the thing. Noble did not have the ability of Declan Rice.
Yeah.
But boy, did he know how to lead on a pitch and take a game by a scruff of the neck.
2 out of 10 for Declan Rice, probably up until the 65th minute. And then I think it's fair to say he was a good solid 9 out of 10 minimum for the last 25 minutes. Anyway, back to the game. West Ham didn't really threaten Villa too much. I had a couple of opportunities to break away, but just didn't make the right pass. Declan Rice, of course, probably would have pinged one at the target when there was 11 minutes to go before he was unceremoniously dumped to the floor by Kamara, who rewarded for that terrible challenge with a yellow card. Rice shot over the bar 3 minutes late. That was the last time West Ham really threatened the goal. But I'm glad, actually, Thomas Richardson, on the stream has beat me to it, because not only was this our first goal and our first 3 points of the season, it's also our first clean sheet of the season, which I think means we should be giving some of those lads at the back some credit. Nick, you've already touched upon. Rio, you who touched upon Soufal's influence when he came onto the pitch. It was an unfortunate injury to Johnson that resulted in coming on, but I thought he was brilliant today. And also, I thought that I thought the whole the back half we had in the second four, Cresswell, I thought was outstanding, putting some 2 or 3 really, really good last-ditch challenges, blocks against Matty Cash, who was, didn't really get a lot of change from Cresswell this afternoon. Kurt Zuma and Kera, immense, weren't they, today at centre-half? Nothing really got past them.
No, I mean, I think Kurt Zuma had a bit of a shaky start, and we did look a bit disjointed before Soufal come on. Looked like there was far too many spaces between the 3 centre-backs. But, once everything settled down, once Soufal come on, we looked like we had more defensive shape, more defensive now, and we weren't really troubled by the forward 2. I mean, Ollie Watkins and Dan Ings are players coveted by a lot of our fans at times.
Yeah.
And we pretty much nullified them. We struggled in the first half, but once we got settled down in a more familiar shape, we looked comfortable. And fair play to everyone. And I thought Kera was, for some reason, just integrated into the side. And we've seen that a lot of the other new faces haven't really had a chance to thrive. He's done really well under pretty difficult circumstances, I would say, because he's not had at times a regular recognised centre-half partnership alongside him. It's got to be difficult coming from a complete different league and a different country. So, fair play to him. He's looking a really good acquisition at the moment.
Yeah, I thought he was fabulous today. I've got to say, I thought he played really well in midweek as well, and he seems to have hit the ground running at West Ham. At that, obviously, that bit of an issue in his first game when he gave away the penalty, but hopefully that's it's something he's learned from very, very quickly. It was clearly a talented lad. I mean, you don't play 25 games or whatever it is for the German national side without having something about you, and. I thought him and Zuma were excellent as a partnership today. Not so good as a back three, as you said. They looked a little bit nervous, but in terms of that change, I mean, let's talk about the manager, because Nick is coming for some heavy. We were speaking in the first half about Moyes potentially being sacked. Come 2 or 3 weeks' time if we were to lose this next tranche of fixtures. So let's have it right. Let's give some balance here to this argument. Effectively, I mean, you could argue perhaps that he put us in a tricky situation by setting us out with 5 at the back, which didn't work. Let's be honest. But credit to Moisey. He made the change at half time. It was he who introduced it. It was him who brought on Michail Antonio to almost a universal howl of derision from the fan base. After 65 minutes, but he got it right today. So should we be giving Moyes a bit of credit for that, or should we be
Well,
criticising
of course we should. I
getting it
mean,
wrong at the start?
you know, I think it needs to be made clear that, you know, when we were talking about him being at risk for the sack if we didn't win this game, let's just be clear that obviously doing it again, not one of us three were actually advocating that happen. We were just trying to speak objectively about it, that managers generally don't survive a 6-game losing streak at the start of a season. So put that to bed before we get accused of advocating his sacking. But no, he did what he had to do. He changed it up. He swapped it about a little bit. And Jill, you know, he's gone on to win the game. So, you know, he got it right. We are a team in transition. I fully accept that.
Yep.
And again, initially, as I said earlier, after him taking Schumacher off, we did start losing intensity. Took time to adjust. But of course, he made the substitution as well at half time. And I know the people are going to say, oh, but when Benny came on, we looked so much better. We did. I don't think that was as a result of anything that Ben Rama did. I think that was, and that's not a deliberate criticism of Ben Rama, because obviously that's another one you can't say a bad word about without getting shot. It was more, I think, the change of formation. I think if anyone else had been brought on in that position, we would have looked a better team, because it quite clearly wasn't working. The back five or the back three with wing backs. I'm still not really entirely sure what we were playing in that first half. So yeah, the change worked. Could be down to the change of personnel, but I think it was more to do with the change of formation. We looked far more solid. We looked far more disciplined, and it worked. And the manager needs to be given credit for that, just like he does with substitution as well. But the caveat is, it wasn't long after that then Declan Rice hit beast button. Yeah, still, you know. So again, there's a couple of variables to look at as to whether it was the substitution of substituting Antonio on, or whether it was Rice all of a sudden remembering how to play football.
There was also, I think there was also a slight change in tactics with the midfield as well, not just the formation, but Rice seemed to move to the right-hand side in the at some point in the second half. Maybe it was at the start, but it certainly seemed to suit him a little bit better. Maybe we can get some information on that as we carry on. But Dan B, going back a few minutes ago, asked, is that 3 wins in a row at Villa Park? Actually, Dan, you can go right back to 2000. You're right, but we can go back even further. That our record at Villa Park is excellent. Last defeat there came in May 2015. Since then, we've drawn 1-1 on Boxing Day 2015. On the 16th of September 2019, we drew 0-0. Since when, we've won every fixture there. A 3-1 win in February 2021. And a 4-1 win, of course, in October 2021, and a 1-0 win today. And what's the one constant in the last 3 games against Villa is a certain Spaniard has scored in every match. Paolo Fornal scoring in the 4-1 win at Villa, scored in the 2-1 win at the London Olympic Stadium last season. Of course, stepped up again today. 3 goals in 3 games against the Villains. Now, talking of midfielders, is a quiz for you two chaps I'm going to throw at you. Which midfielder, which West Ham midfielder am I talking about today? He enjoyed 90% pass accuracy, 49 touches in all, 38 passes, 8 ball recoveries, 5 out of 5 long balls completed, made 4 interceptions, won 2 of 3 tackles, and provided 1 key pass.
Souček.
Rio, any advances on Souček?
I would have gone for Fornals, but you know, I'm just a Fornals fanboy.
Okay, Nick, 10 points for you. Thomas Souček. We haven't talked about him today.
He had a good game.
Did have a good game as those stats back up.
Yeah, Souček's one of those players where if you don't really notice him, he's having a good game, and you didn't really notice him today.
Yep.
And it goes to show, doesn't it? You notice Souček when he's having a bad game because the balls go awry. And it's just one of those things, isn't it, where he brings attention to himself when he's playing poorly. Whereas where he's playing good, he's like any good defensive midfielder. You kind of don't notice him because he just quietly gets on with his business. Yeah. And stats like that today, top man. So as a result of that, as we haven't touched on it yet, he can be my man of the match for that, closely followed by Zuma.
Okay. Right. Well, while we're doing it, Rio, who was your standout West Ham player today?
I think I'd be tempted to give it to Said Benrahma because I thought when he came on, he kind of made the difference and gave us that little bit of impetus that we was lacking severely. But no, I'm actually going to give it to Vladimir Coufal because for me, he was the real catalyst for the change coming in outside.
Yeah, good stuff. Miklet saying Benny played well. Come on, I don't think anyone's argued otherwise. As Rio's just said, he was one of the most influential players.
Where are those stats for Tommy Souček? Because I'd quite like to copy and paste those.
I'll send them to you actually over our usual source, but I'm trying to think where they came from. It's from Statman Dave on Twitter.
Okay.
Who actually I can give you Declan Rice's stats as it goes. 100% successful long balls, 87% pass accuracy, 66 touches compared to Souček's 49, 52 passes. Souček was 38. So Rice obviously a lot busier, and we saw a lot more of that in the second half, didn't we? 9 final third passes from Rice. Most of those were short passes. 7 ball recoveries. Souček had 8. 2 key passes from Rice to Souček's 1, and of course 1 assist for the goal. So. Great stats. Declan back to his very best for the last 25 minutes or so. Man in the match. I'm going to go for a defender because we kept a clean sheet. Do I go for Zuma? Do I go for Kera? I'm going to go for Aaron Cresswell just because I know it will piss everyone off on the but no. On a serious note, I think it's difficult to pick between all 4 that played the majority of the game, as Rio said. Coufal did a really good job out there, and the 2 centre halves were excellent. I thought today. I thought Cresswell had a really good game. Again, didn't really do anything of note. Had that 1 free kick which he put into the wall, I think. But I thought defensively he was really good. Matty Cash is a good player, no doubt about it. He's one of Villa's key players and kept him pretty quiet today. So I'm going to give it to Cresswell based on that. Where should we go from here? Right, we're actually going to wrap up fairly soon because. I've got content to add. I'm sure these chaps have got better things to do than be sitting here banging on about a West Ham win. Of course they haven't. What could possibly be better than banging on about West Ham's first win of the season? But anyway, we are going to wrap up fairly soon, chaps. There's a relatively big game coming up for West Ham soon. It is our first London derby of the season. We're playing that lot from N17. Freshly rejuvenated, no worries about going into this game with no points now, Nick. We've got a win on the board. What do you think? West Ham United versus Tottenham at Stratford Wednesday night.
Are we going to have our new number 10 playing that night? Is he going to be thrown in at the deep end? Because we've not really touched upon at all that likely to be confirmed tomorrow is our club record signing and multi-capped Brazilian international.
Yeah,
will be available for that game. Is Moyes going to be brave and play him from the off? I don't think he will.
No,
I don't think he will. Like to see him make an appearance though.
Yeah, the deadline, as we understand it, is Tuesday lunchtime for him to be available. I mean, assuming he signs, we're kind of perhaps jumping the gun, and perhaps us guys should know a little bit better than including him in match squads until he's actually put pen to paper. From what I
thought we had put pen to paper, and it was just the medical.
It looks that way. I mean, the announcement will be tomorrow. The media team don't announce things at the weekend, generally speaking. So we're expecting that to be tomorrow, probably around lunchtime, I think, is when we're looking to see that. But yeah, I'm with you, Nick. I don't think he'll start. Assuming he does sign, I think Paqueta will be on the bench, and another hopefully thorn in the side, Rio, of Tottenham again. What do you think of Wednesday night now after today?
You got to say, I mean, as much as we hate to admit it, Tottenham are looking a very good side under Conte at the moment. And, Son and Kane, we know the issues that they can bring to any side, let alone us. Mm-hmm. I'm just hoping today's win kind of boost them around the training ground, which we've all heard rumours it's not been great. So hopefully we'll go into training tomorrow, big smile on their face, rejuvenated kind of attitude, rejuvenated kind of approach to Wednesday's game. And, I think the fans will be up for it now. We all know that the London Stadium isn't conducive for harmony when things aren't going your way. Yeah. And the negativity can spiral out of control at times. But getting the points on the board, playing your London rivals, I'm apprehensive about the actual result. I'm just hoping for a more positive outlook off the pitch. And I hope that feeds through. And we get a result. I'm not as despondent as I was, say, 3 hours ago.
Yeah, I think we're going to see that across the fan base, certainly across the KUMB.com forum, which is where we're all going to be heading very shortly to join in with the post-match festivities as West Ham secure their first Premier League win of the season at Aston Villa, thanks to Pablo Fornal's 74th minute goal. It's been a good day for West Ham. We've suffered a bit this season, but let's not forget we've actually won 3 games and lost 3 games now in all competitions, so it could be a lot worse, I suppose. 2 of them were against V-Ball, but as Nick, you're so fond of telling us you can only beat what's put out in front of you.
Absolutely.
And we've done that all right today. Gentlemen, let's sum up before we call it a day. Nick, I'll come to you first. It's finished Aston Villa 0, West Ham United 1. What's your final thoughts of what you've seen today?
Game of 3 halves. Absolutely diabolical game of 3 thirds in it, but you know what I mean. The last quarter of that game looked like the West Ham of old. And it quite literally was, 60 minutes-ish. We scored the goal, and that was the impetus that, I don't know, it just seemed to wake everybody up. Kudos to Moyes for making the changes. Kudos to Moyes as well. Even though it didn't work, kudos for Moyes for attempting the formation that he tried from the start of the game, because we moan that he ain't flexible and that he never tries anything different. He tried something different at the start of the game. So whether it works or not, he did it. So again, you've got to really give him credit for that, despite the fact it didn't work. And he recognised that, changed it at half-time, and we're sitting here now with our first 3 points of the season. Happy days.
Great stuff. Thank you for your company, Nick, as always. And
as always,
there, Rio. 1-0 win to the Hammers, up to the heady heights of 16th in the Premier League, I believe.
Absolutely. 3 points is 3 points. Let's make no bounds about it. It wasn't a fantastic display, particularly that first half. But a little bit of a tinkering to the side, reverting to your tried and trusted players, and we ground out the result in the end. And what is really positive was that last 25 minutes, because we showed some real glimpses of what we've seen over the last 2 years. Some free-flowing, counter-attacking football. The goal come from a deflection, but we'll take anything that comes now. And this could kickstart our season, and it should do. Right? The Champions League push starts now.
It does indeed.
There you go. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on the live stream this afternoon. Thank you for your company, as always. Thank you to my companions, to Rio and Nick, for sitting through that with me. West Ham's first win of the season. Thank you, as always, to you guys for all your comments on the live stream, for keeping us entertained and for your input. Much appreciated. As always, come and join us now on the KUMB.com forum match thread and all the other threads there. Waiting for the Paqueta deal to be confirmed, of course. Looks like it might be tomorrow morning now, but you never know. And we'll see you all again here on, some of us will see you again on Wednesday. It's the big one, West Ham v Tottenham, first London derby of the season. Can the Hammers make it back-to-back Premier League wins? Who knows? Stranger things have happened at sea. Until then, take care, everyone. Look after yourselves. Go and have a celebration drink tonight, because we've all deserved it. We've sat through some stinkers until now. Well, the first half, let's be honest, was a bit of a stinker, but we can sit back and relax and enjoy the 3 points. Match of the day's on tonight. We can all watch it for a change. Hey, and guess what? There's going to be an opposition view for you in the morning as well. Now I'll have to do some work for a change. Until Wednesday, take care, everyone. We'll see you soon.
Come on, you ones.
Oh, you ones.